Technical difficulties.
Apparently my webcam's not working, but let's continue on.
Gotta love technology.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you had an
It could
Apple
be
product,
perfected.
it wouldn't happen.
No, if you had Android, it wouldn't happen.
Anyway. So if you guys missed it, we're here with our guest, Token Gaming. He's a new YouTuber.
Go ahead, tell us about yourself.
Oh, so as she said, I am a new YouTuber. I've been doing this roughly 3 months. I specialize in first-person shooters with also fighting games. I love the fighting games. Some of the games that I play on my channel, it's Advanced Warfare, actually every Call of Duty, like World at War, and Battlefield, every single one. What else? You can find me at Token Gaming, all one word, at YouTube, and Token Gaming Limited on Facebook. If you guys have any questions.
And what consoles do you play on?
Everything minus PC. Every single console.
Well, then you're gonna have to add me on Xbox, so I can help you record or whatever, be a guest on your recording for fighting games. I play Advanced Warfare 2, Grand Theft Auto.
Very nice.
All that fun stuff.
Alright, so let's jump right in. Gaming news. There's a lot of news this week. So to start off, new ransomware variant targets gamers. So it's pretty crazy. Basically, it's this virus that holds your game hostage unless you pay for it.
Yeah.
I think that's crazy.
Yeah. Pretty much whatever, if like anything I have a virus with, is like, oh, can't use this no more. So I put it away.
Just chuck it, get rid of it.
Eh.
One thing I noticed, it's none of the games I play, so I feel lucky.
Yeah, it's again computer-based. Minecraft, League of Legends, I think was one of the games as well.
Yeah. World of Warcraft.
Just blows that.
And if people are actually paying to retrieve their files, then they're not too smart, because it's pretty obvious someone's trying to steal your information.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, this kind of stuff happens a lot where people don't think about things. And that's how their information gets out there. So basically, if you're paying for this, now your payment information is in the hands of some stranger.
Yeah, pretty much it boils down to just common sense.
Yeah.
Very true.
GDC 2015, there's been a lot of GDC news. There's 4 creative games that we need to be on the lookout for.
Yeah, they had how many? Well over 50. And then they just boiled it down to 4. One of them actually looks kind of cool.
They do look really cool.
Which
one is that?
The first one, the Westport Independent.
Biggest surprise, Westport Independent.
Yeah, pretty much you play an editor of an independent newspaper in a country that is going through a revolution, but you have to balance, like the government line and not draw too much attention, but you're still helping out the revolutionaries.
For sure. That sounds pretty interesting.
And then the next one on the list is Donut County, which is it's almost like Katamari Damacy. You're in a control of a sinkhole. And you're devouring everything in your path.
Very cool. The next one I thought was really interesting, and I actually really want to play. Keep talking and nobody explodes.
Yep, me too. Who doesn't want to play that game? Did we lose Chris?
I think we did.
We might have. Oh, it's just not our night, is it?
Nope. Yeah, I'm really pissed off. I'm still pissed off. I'm real salty right now.
So, keep talking, no one explodes is
my controller shut off.
Oh, there he is. So one player wears a VR virtual reality helmet and it's positioned in front of an impossibly complicated digital bomb. The rest, it's basically a party game, so the rest of the players spend their time scouring over dozens of documents that hold the information needed to disarm this bomb. And I think it'd be a pretty cool drinking game.
You wouldn't get far very fast.
So
Oh, I know, but
it's pretty much a
great.
21st century game of telephone.
Yeah.
Basically. I'll definitely play it
The next
though.
one's what? Their winner was called Volume.
Yeah, when Metal Gear meets Robin Hood.
Mm-hmm. Looks
Futuristic
interesting.
retelling of Robin Hood. It's another virtual reality.
Very cool. Very excited about all the VR games and news. I'm
Can't wait to
definitely a
get
fan.
one.
Yeah, me too. They're just crazy. Like, it blows my mind how games are moving so fast and there's so much more advancement coming from them. It's just crazy.
Now, next news article is about Bloodborne. And if Zach was here, he'd tell you he's plans on getting it. And he's going to be streaming it and recording it when he gets it. So I'll have to see how that looks.
Yeah, everyone check that out on his channel.
Yeah, he said
just
he would
recently-
be playing it.
Mhm.
Yeah, he just recently retired his Xbox 360, which he had for over a decade. And he bought himself a PlayStation 4.
Yes.
Has anyone ever tried Dark Souls or played the game?
I've tried it. I'm needing to get it soon. But-
I have not.
Yeah. It's supposedly like really difficult. I haven't fiddled much
so
with it.
Yeah.
It looks like I'm gonna have to save up and get myself a PlayStation 4 to.
Just to play this game.
Well, because there's only one game that intrigues me, and that's No Man's Sky.
Never heard of it.
Yeah,
Me neither.
You pretty much you're in a spaceship and you go from planet to planet, and I guess there's like excuse my language, a shit ton of planets to explore. I mean, that's a shit ton. I put emphasis on a shit ton.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is it called again?
No Man's Sky.
I've heard of the concept, but then I feel like I don't recognize the name. But maybe I've seen it. But yeah, the game does look really cool. Bloodborne. It's really dark and creepy.
And Sony deems Bloodborne's importance to the PlayStation 4 as invaluable.
Yeah.
And why is that?
You know, I was just reading the article, and the Order, which came out in February, was like the I guess the highest releasing game that came out for the PS4 so far.
Oh,
so
was
this is
it?
supposed to be the second one. They're expecting it to be.
Yeah, I can imagine so. I think it'll do pretty well.
I would like to play Bloodborne. I would buy it for someone
Yeah, I
else
would
to get, and I would just mooch off of it.
Bloodborne, their new game plus mode is proving to be too difficult for even its creators. This is pretty funny.
That is funny.
It's too hard for the people that made it.
Yeah, they can't
Yes.
beat it.
Well, you can beat it, but it's like after you beat it, then that next level, there's a harder version of
Like
it.
insane mode.
Yeah, the hardened,
Yes,
like after
exactly.
you beat the game, this mode unlocks and it's a hardened version,
Wow, that's
which is pretty great.
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of Path of Exile. Once you beat that, it goes into like a hardcore mode, where like if you die, you lose 5% of XP, so like it's harder to level up. And then after that, if you die, you pretty much have to like restart.
That would drive me insane.
Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
a serious MMO. So.
I would, so much rage.
People get into that shit. So moving on to a puzzle game nobody can
There's a lot
solve.
of money in it. A
Huh?
lot of money to be spent.
Yeah.
Yeah, this also looked really interesting and intriguing.
Oh yeah.
I downloaded it and I tried it, and it is very hard.
Did you solve it?
It is very, very hard.
Nobody can solve it.
solve the very first part. Like as soon as you download it, there's like the screen, couple words pop up, and then you input like a code that's on front of the screen. And when I Googled it, I'll be honest, I Googled it. You have to change the brightness on your screen in order to see a clue, and the clue is still hard, and I still couldn't figure it out. It's you guys should try it to see if you can get past at least the first stage. Yeah,
I definitely want to try it, but I feel like I don't know. I would just Google everything up until the point where the whole community's at, and I'll be like, I don't know.
well, it changes per phone. So like one
does
person
it?
said the code was this, but the hint that they give you, it has something to do with your time on your phone. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's crazy.
Yep.
I want to try it,
I'm installing it right
but
Did it have it on? Did it have it on you guys' phones, or is
Yeah.
it only
now. It's
iOS? Okay, nice.
I have an iPhone.
I have Android.
Samsung, Android, whatever. I don't even know. It's a phone.
I
My
have
first
LG.
smartphone.
LG G Vista.
Nice. Those are great
It's like a
phones.
phablet.
Those phablets are stupid. They're crazy. They're
tablet.
huge. It gets overhand. Like
Well,
somebody
it's
had the
nothing
6
like
Plus.
it's not like the Galaxy Note. That's like that's huge.
That is a big phone.
Yeah, I'd look like an idiot answering a call, putting pretty much like a fucking iPad to my head.
Like that? Like, hey,
Yeah.
can you guys hear me now?
Basically,
Can you hear me now?
what was I gonna
E3.
say? I don't know. Continue.
E3 is just right around the corner.
Yeah, it
Pretty
is.
exciting.
I'll
I'm
be
so
watching.
depressed, you
Yeah.
guys. So speaking of E3, I was trying to go this year again, but I don't think that I will, and it makes me really depressed. So
Well,
How come?
I think next year, I think Zach wants to do a Nerd Nation trip to E3,
yeah, that would be pretty cool.
and I guess they've released the games list. Some of them aren't going to be playable, but they have a list of suspected and confirmed games in some form, not necessarily playable. And the list is
Huge.
Assassin's
It
Creed
is.
Victory. Here's hoping it's not broken and glitchy.
Oh my goodness, right?
Borderlands 3, which I'm kind of excited about.
Same.
I'm very
I
excited.
am too.
Woo!
Crackdown's coming to next gen for the Xbox One.
Okay. How about that Mirror's Edge?
Another anticipated game I like. It's coming out. They got The Division. That looks insanely good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's in the top 3 games I'm looking for this year.
Yeah, definitely.
Bethesda is doing a Doom game. Fable Legends for the Xbox One.
Fable should be good.
Forza 6 for the Xbox One. Another racing game. Gears of War 4.
Yes.
Yes.
Halo 5 Guardians. I played the beta with Zach and we absolutely loved it.
The beta was good.
Homefront 2 The Revolution for the One, PlayStation 4 and PC. Just Cause 3 Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and PC. Kingdom Hearts 3 for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. The Legend of Zelda for Wii U.
I would buy a Wii U just for that game.
I love Zelda.
I'd buy a Wii U just for Smash Brothers.
True.
Lego Jurassic World.
Yeah, I like Lego games.
That's to be announced. Mad Max, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Here's something new. Mario Maker for the Wii U.
Okay.
Mass Effect 4.
That's bad.
Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Minecraft Story Mode.
Yay! More
I think I'm gonna get that.
Mirror's
Yeah,
Edge
true.
2.
Yeah, Smear's Edge.
No Man's Sky. We brought it up earlier for PC and PlayStation 4. Persona 5 for PlayStation 4 and PS3. Quantum Break for the Xbox One. Rise of the Tomb Raider for the One and Xbox 360. They're both timed exclusives. Rock Band 4. I'm gonna rock out with that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're joking, but I'm gonna buy that game seriously.
No, we're hyped about it.
Scalebound for the Xbox One. Shin Megami Tensei 10 Fire Emblem. Say that 5 times fast. Star Fox for Wii U. My highly anticipated game that I cannot wait for, Star Wars Battlefront.
Yes, another good game.
Yeah, especially.
And then they have
another
another Star Wars game. It's from Visceral Project. Titanfall 2.
Yeah, good.
Uncharted 4, A Thief's End for the PlayStation 4. WWE 2K16.
What you can do without?
Yeah.
I can't believe we're still making those.
Well, because
Yeah.
you got little kids who want to play John Cena.
John Cena.
Xenoblade Chronicles 10 for the Wii U. And Yoshi's Woolly World Wii U.
That's weird. That's weird.
IGN has confirmed with the publisher that this game... Oh, that's ones with the asterisk next to it. Never mind. Oh, Yoshida said that Sony could start announcing Project Morpheus games at E3.
Okay, so stay tuned for
That's
that one.
Virtual reality headset.
Cool, very cool.
And my phone's breaking out. Jesus Christ, come on. Stop it, phone. And
You okay there?
who's got the next... Yeah, who's got the next article? Because I have to scroll up.
SXSW Gaming Awards.
Oh, South by Southwest.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so Dragon Age Inquisition wins Game of the Year.
Woohoo! So glad that Destiny didn't win it, because that game...
It's overhyped.
That game...
Like,
yeah,
okay, it's not
it's
bad,
overhyped.
and everything is good, but the fact that it's so repetitive, all the grinding, and it's like I don't want to have to do the same exact things over and over
Yeah.
just to like
The fact that they
gain
put-
something by chance.
Like, when you want to do strikes, it's like you'll do one strike, and then... you'll go do another strike, and it's the same fucking strike. It's like, I just did this, I don't want to do it again.
It's the same with the missions, and it's the same over and over for by chance getting a weapon or
And it's
whatever
like-
it is.
The last DLC came out, what, December?
I don't remember.
And now we gotta wait another couple months until we get the next DLC, which is, I think they announced it, that it's coming out April or June. So it's like you gotta wait another 3 months, 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, and a lot of people haven't been
like-
happy with the DLCs because it's basically unlocked content that was already in the game,
Yeah.
and not necessarily something that was added. Oh well. Anyway, so mobile game of the year, Hearthstone: Heroes of Warcraft. Tabletop game of the year, Star Realms. Excellence in gameplay, Middle Earth: Shadows of Mordor. Excellence in art, Child of Light. It was a really good looking game. Excellence in
is.
animation, Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor. Excellence in technical achievement, Destiny. Excellence in visual achievement, Far Cry 4. Excellence in narrative, The Wolf Among Us. Excellence in Design and Direction, Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor. Excellence in SFX, Alien Isolation. Have any of you guys played that game?
Isolation.
I
No.
wanted to, but
No.
it actually looked like it scared the crap out of me.
Do you not like horror games either?
I do not.
I like horror games.
Oh, I
It's
love
just-
horror games.
Okay, so I love horror games too. Like, I love being scared. I love it.
You're weird.
I know. But there's not a lot of games out there that are really horror and scare me personally, but Alien Isolation had me jumping like all the time, edge of my seat. Like, I definitely recommend it. It was so good.
Did you play with the lights off?
Yeah, I did at some point.
Had a nightlight on.
But yeah, it was great, so you should check it out. Excellence in Musical Score, Transistor. Excellence in Multiplayer, Super Smash Bros. Wii U. Excellence in Convergence, South Park, The Stick of Truth. Most Valuable Character, Eli, The Last of Us, Left Behind. Most Valuable Esports Team, Cloud9. Most Valuable Online Channel, Rooster Teeth. Most Valuable Add-on Content, The Last of Us, Left Behind. Most Anticipated Crowdfunded Game, Star Citizen. Matthew Crump Cultural Innovation Award, This War of Mine. Gamers Voice Award, Speedrunners.
So it looked like Shadow of Mordor
Yeah, they did a good job.
won a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
I haven't had a chance to play that game. I want to try it out.
It looks really
So
good.
I picked it up a little bit. I just played the beginning, and I mean, from what I saw, it looks really good.
My buddy has it for his PC, and he just upgraded his rig to where you can like just max out everything, no problem. And it looks so much better from like what my rig is to his. Oh, it's beautiful.
I would love to see it.
I need to get some footage of it then.
Nintendo has been making some news.
A lot of news.
A lot of news.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently they're going to start to develop smartphone games featuring Nintendo characters.
Finally, I get to
Yes.
play Mario on my phone
Yeah, that would sell great.
legally.
I know. I was about to say legally.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, this is cool. There's certain people who are on both sides of the fence with this, though.
Why would you be
Well,
against it?
When I was
Exactly.
when I was younger, I was a hardcore Nintendo fan, and then they just drifted away from their hardcore fans to target kids.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
But
what
now it
they've
looks
always
like-
done.
It was kids and females.
Really?
Yes.
I
Never
guess
knew
I
that.
could see that, yeah. I mean, I never knew that, like, a fact, but I can see it.
I mean, yeah. YOLO. It's good. I still play the
So
game.
yeah,
But if
It's
they're
rare
coming
that
with-
you find. Yep, exactly.
so basically these smartphone games are sort of like an advertisement towards what they can actually bring on a console, and they're hoping that they're going to get more participants on their consoles, more people buying, which we'll cover next, their future console. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
That'd
Yeah,
be-
I want to see what it is.
So I think their pilot game has to be a Mario game.
Yeah.
I would, yeah, you would think, but I don't know. It sounds like they want to start strong, you know, running out of the gate.
Actually, I see their first game for their new console being Metroid Prime. Some sort of Metroid game.
I don't.
You think Metroid would outsell Mario? Samus is awesome, and I don't know.
The younger crowd doesn't know her that well, except for like Super Smash Bros. Like, I mean, last time there was a Metroid game was
Well,
on
see,
GameCube.
with Metroid, a lot of like older gamers that used to play the game, they'll be like, "Oh, what's this?" and they want to try it out.
But it doesn't seem like Nintendo caters to us. They're trying to reach. It seems like they're reaching out for the younger audience.
Especially since a lot of kids nowadays, they've got iPads, tablets, phones, you name it.
Yes.
So it just seems like something they would recognize, you know, especially if it's a free to play, then why not? It's just more to go around.
I don't know. We'll just have to roll the dice, see what comes up.
They've already laid out some new next generation hardware concepts for their console.
Okay.
So would anyone buy the new console if they had a chance?
I mean, it kind of depends what it does, since we know nothing about it yet. Like, I don't know if it's going to be like a Wii U or
Nintendo has to do a lot of catching up to Sony and Microsoft.
So if it competes with one of those consoles, then you would consider purchasing it.
Definitely. If it's in the running for, like, say, Xbox, and then I can get Nintendo games on it, definitely.
Because see, Nintendo in its heyday was the top-selling company until Microsoft came along, and then Nintendo dropped, and it was Sony for quite some time, and then Microsoft took over the top spot. But with next gen, Sony's taken that top spot again.
Yes, I mean, they're the original pioneers, and they got
so if they come up with something good and people love it, Nintendo will probably get back to that #1 spot. Because right now it's sitting in 3rd place.
If it doesn't have Blu-ray player, I'm going to be disappointed.
they should most likely have Blu-ray player at this point. So, I mean, what was the PS3 the first system to have Blu-ray?
Yes.
So, I mean, yeah, at this point now, the Xbox One has it, the PS4 has it. So, if they're going to make another console, they're most likely going to have it. I mean,
hopefully, you know.
Well, I think they're on the brink of going bankrupt, and it's not cheap to pick up the Blu-ray name. I think, doesn't Sony own Blu-ray? I think Sony might own Blu-ray, and that's the reason why Microsoft and Nintendo haven't it in the past. So, yeah, it's interesting.
Very interesting. I just hope they're able, technologically speaking, to catch up, because I think they have a lot of great characters, games, and stuff that I would love to play again and revisit, rather than like playing on older consoles. So hopefully.
That's all we can do is hope.
Right.
Hope for the best.
So Dina, who was working with Nintendo, they're their game partner, thinks that they can reach 100 million daily users. And they don't think that's far-fetched at all.
For their new console?
One thing I noticed about this story. I'm sorry, you were breaking up. What was that?
You're fine. Go ahead.
AP, Oh, no. So I read the article, and it's kind of funny because they said they want to compete with Candy Crush, and there's no way that, especially this new company, will compete with Candy Crush. I don't think it'll happen, because no company currently can compete with Candy Crush, and everyone's trying.
I want to know how Candy Crush got so crazy in the first place.
Good question.
I was playing it for a little bit, and it's like I gotta stop doing this.
I don't get the craze.
Yeah, I spent $60 on that game at a minimum.
What? Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I never buy stuff like for my mobile game. Maybe like for consoles, but for my phone, no.
Yeah, no.
That's how the mobile games make their money. That's how it probably got so popular, is because people were buying the add-ons and all that good stuff.
Yep, very true. But I don't see how they would make, let's say, a Mario-based game where there's microtransactions in it like that, where people feel like they have to pay to win.
Yeah, I'm not really on board with that method.
Nintendo aims to release its first smartphone game within this year.
Woohoo!
That's cool, so at least it's like in the near future.
Yeah. I mean, there's still a lot of months in this year, so hopefully it's It's
There's
second
still,
or third quarter.
There's still 9 months left to go.
For sure. So, like we mentioned briefly a minute ago, they're looking into various payment options. Again, free to play, with in-game purchases, or just like a flat payment like they've been doing with their games. I would like to see a free to play, but then again, it goes with the same thing as paying a win. So if that's the case,
Candy Crush is free,
yeah,
free to play. But that level where you need one more move and it's 99 cents and you have to do it. Yes, it adds
that
up.
99 cents. I'll see.
Nintendo also believes that mobile games will lead to more console fans.
And I think they're right. It seems like it took them a while to understand they needed that.
Yeah, they're a little behind, but they're figuring it out.
Yeah, they're investors.
You gotta make a product that the people will love.
Exactly.
I think people like the Wii U. I just don't think they love it.
Well, because I think it's very limited. There's not a lot of social media apps like how you can see on the PS or Xbox. So, I mean, you basically there's a few things on it, as well as the gaming, but not everything like the Xbox or PS has. And
The
it's not.
Miiverse is pretty big. They have like a little Miiverse where you can do everything with your little avatar.
Yeah.
That's pretty huge there.
It is. Yeah, it is. And, I mean, it's growing, and that craze is insane.
EB Games is already taking pre-orders for Nintendo's new concept for their console, the NX.
I think this is crazy, only because we
Yeah.
know nothing about it.
Yeah, why would you pre-order
is there a
something you don't
dollar
know?
amount?
What was that?
I couldn't find a dollar amount. How much is the pre-order?
I think it's only 10, just to put down.
Yes, you don't have to put that much down unless you yourself want to put something more down than the minimum. Usually, like for video games, the minimum is like $10 or $15, or actually no, for games at GameStop or Walmart, it's like $5.
Yeah, for this one, I believe 10 is the minimum. But yeah, people are doing it, and EV's saying that we want to be there for. There's a lot of fans of Nintendo, and they want some of the first action, so they're gonna cater to that, which I can see. But I mean, at the same time, if we don't know anything about it, okay, like I guess if you want to, then whatever. But the fact that why would you want to? Like, you know nothing about it. You don't know what it's gonna feature. Like, what if you
Agreed.
read it?
Agreed.
guess-
It can't be worse than the Wii U, though.
True. Like, so if you already like the Wii, then maybe you have nothing to lose. But personally, I don't have a Wii, and not really a big fan. So,
Well, maybe this time you'll get 2 pads instead of 1.
maybe.
Then that's basically the same as playing on a mobile system against someone. Like when the DS came out and you could play against someone over the internet or whatever. I mean, that's
Yeah.
basically it. But you're going through a console, so that's what I see it as.
Yeah, I see that. That's a good comparison.
Yep.
And speaking of the DS games, they're afraid that these mobile new games are going to make people not want to buy the DS games anymore, because it's kind of the same thing. Like, everyone's got either, an iPad or phone or whatever it is, the tablet. So why would I buy another device to play this game on when I can buy it, or even maybe it's free, on my mobile device?
Well, they're saying the games that are coming out on the mobile device aren't going to be ports of the DS or even the Wii U. It's going to be a completely separate game. Like that Sonic game. I don't know if you guys ever played it, but
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be something like that. That's not very fun, and it just sucks.
It's like a quick fix.
Exactly. It's gonna be Mario running like that instead of Sonic.
He'll be jumping probably, but.
Now, has anybody here played a video game and, let's say you didn't get, like, on Call of Duty, you didn't get the season pass, but a DLC has just dropped, and you don't want to get the season pass, you just want the DLC. Have you spent money on DLC like that?
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
how about a season pass?
Well, a parent wants to sue Microsoft after his child spends $4,500 on in-game microtransactions.
Good luck with that.
Well, this has happened a few times with different companies. Like Apple lost, I don't know how many lawsuits on a very similar thing. So yeah, they had to pay back like hundreds of thousands of dollars for this exact same thing. So I'm sure Microsoft is reimbursing them.
On the Xbox One, whenever you buy something like from the Xbox store, it tells you there are no refunds and you're charged immediately.
Yeah,
So,
it straight out tells you.
Pretty much, you either need to limit your kid's gaming time or set restrictions on your information to where he can't get in and start buying stuff.
Exactly. There's a parental control in there where you can set it.
Yeah. And it's pretty obvious this parent just didn't care.
Or just not informed. 'Cause I don't know. Like, if you don't know that you can do that. But
Well, for the kid to play online, you have to have an account. So if
True.
right, but a
he
lot of people
knew
don't
when-
read things, is what I'm saying. Like, if you're just like, okay, well, you can do it, whatever, but
You could read your bank statement because it would
Yeah.
take a long time to get to $4,500 in charges. That's not
a
one
good
day.
point, too. How does that happen?
Yeah, that's a lot.
That is a very
days.
good point.
because the kid probably, if there's something like a DLC usually runs, like the season pass is like what, $40 to $50?
Yeah, $50. Each map pack for everything is $15. So
Yeah.
So if that's popping up on your bank statement, like where is this $15 coming from? Or going
well, this
from?
person is obviously rich, and they didn't notice those small transactions until maybe they were like
Yeah.
tax season, and they're itemizing, and they saw that, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, $4,500."
You spend a lot Microsoft. What
Yeah.
are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. There had to be an accountant catching that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who here has back on the Nintendo 64, who's ever played the game Conker's Bad Fur Day?
I did not.
Or
No.
ever? No one's ever heard of it?
Never even heard of it.
Wow.
Was this the one that we were talking about yesterday?
Yes.
Where we're
That
like,
game on the
what the
Nintendo
hell?
64 was raunchy. It had pieces of talking poop.
Nice.
What's wrong with that?
You name it. A lot of cussing. And this is for a Nintendo 64 game.
No
Yeah.
geeks.
And apparently, who's here played Project Spark?
Nope.
I attempted to. Didn't really enjoy it.
Project Spark is coming out with a DLC and coming back with Conquer.
That's a,
And it's coming April 23rd. When I seen the video, I'm like, oh, hell yeah, next gen Conquer game, I'm buying it. And then it said Project Spark. It's like, I don't have that game. So I'm sad again.
I don't know. I mean, I can't really say, I guess. It just seems kind of like, they said it's like a good mashup, so it's like, oh, he's creative and the game's creative, but to me it seems kind of odd, but whatever.
I played the demo, and it got a little bit too confusing.
It was very weird. I don't know. It was set up weird. Mechanics were weird.
Okay.
But moving
Can
on.
we move on to
news.
tech news?
Of course, tech news. So Apple
Who's got
Watch
tech news?
versus Android Wear.
Uh-oh.
Again.
Get real in here.
It's
That's
the Apple
real.
Watch spiel.
The battle is real.
One thing, so I read this article, and the first thing that annoyed me, they didn't even go to the keynote address. So they're like, we don't have experience on the Apple Watch, so how are they going to compare it to the Android Wear? And the one they compare it to has horrible reviews. It's like one of the better ones, but it's not the best one. They could have used a different Android watch to compare.
Okay.
To the
Again, people are gonna be. I don't know who would buy a $10,000.
Well, that's one of the ways. So you don't have to get that one. There's one for $350. That's what I'm getting. That's the lowest model. It's the cheapest one, and it'll do the exact same thing that the $17,000, $100,000 watch will do. It won't look as cool, which I don't care. The watch I'm getting will look the way I want it to for the cheapest price.
With these Apple Watches, is it like a watch, or can you answer calls and
you can do everything you can do on your smartphone from your watch? So, in this article, they're saying some people don't want that.
I'm gonna be walking around. I'm gonna be walking around with my wrist up in my face, looking at a screen, and people are like, "What's he doing?"
Well, that's with any of the watches. I believe there was only one of the other ones that did not. I don't remember which one that was.
You're either gonna have your phone in your face or your watch in your face.
One you can attach to your wrist.
Exactly, it's lighter.
For those people who always lose your phones.
Just bring your wrist up and be like, "Oh, hello," and put my wrist up to my ear.
It's very sci-fi. I think it's cool.
Well, it's Bluetooth compatible, so. But I guess at that point you won't have to talk through your watch, and you can just use your headset, your Bluetooth headset.
Yeah, that's.
I'm always so confused when people use those because I think that they're talking to me when they're not. I'm like, oh, I'm an idiot.
I used to have a Bluetooth headset, but I ended up losing it. So.
Yeah, they're pretty tiny.
Yeah, they are. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not for one watch versus another. I think it's all good. If that's what you want, well, then now you have a variety of stuff to pick from.
Exactly.
More choices.
And one other thing that I read in this article at the very bottom, in the future, Google is planning on releasing some update for the Android Wear to be compatible with the iPhone.
Oh.
Apple will not do that for any Android device. It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
but Google
I can't see it ever. I guess that's cool then.
Yeah. So if you're looking for something a little bit more expensive, you can find it in an Android Wear watch.
I don't really like the look of the watches though for them. I don't know.
I like the good old analog.
The base
tells me the time.
Yeah.
You can download an app that'll give you that.
Why would I?
There's an app for Rolex.
Just like, I know, sign me up. Because I'm tired of going to work.
Alright.
So this next one, I'm gonna butcher.
Yeah. I can't even read. I don't even know what the first word is.
I think it's like Hue.
Hewer. Hewer. Intel Google collaboration on the smartwatch.
So an even more expensive smartwatch.
They're trying to compete with the high-end Apple Watch. Of course, they're going to have one.
Yeah, for around 3,000.
Don't you?
Yes.
Excuse me while I drop 3 G's on this watch.
Of course.
Who does that?
People that like wasting money.
I guess so. I can't even imagine. Like, so what did you do yesterday? Oh, just drop 3 G's on a watch. They probably wouldn't say that.
That's ridiculous. I'd rather just buy a cheap plastic one and just be fine.
Yeah, for like $20 or something.
$12.88 at Walmart.
That's so exact,
Nice.
88 cents.
Is that with tax or without?
Probably without.
Without.
Apple's internet TV service could launch this year. So more everything.
So-
more Apple, more...
So it looks like Apple and Nintendo are making waves.
Apple has been very busy this last month or so with
Yes.
announcements and breaks in their infrastructure and shit. But
yeah.
moving forward,
So a lot of watch news and a lot of internet TV news as well. So we've covered in the past, what was the other one called? It just launched on Xbox.
Sling.
Yeah, I knew it started with an F. Sling. So now Apple's doing a version of that, which I believe it's more expensive though. The Sling is $20 a month. This would be about $30-$40. And it's sort of the same thing. You have like 25 channels. The only downfall to all of them is that you cannot pick what channels. There's different packages where you can add on the channels, but they're all probably going to have different channels. So in order, hypothetically, to have all the channels you really want, you might as well just sign up for every service, which would probably be the same amount as your cable bill now.
Yes. And this is funny because this is the one Apple product I will not get.
The one and only.
The one and only.
So I like the idea of not being a part of a cable company, but I think they just need to get the idea that, you know, we don't only want a select few channels that you choose for us. I want to be able to say, I want this channel, I want this channel,
Yeah,
and then,
customize
you know, exactly. So say I get like 10 channels, whatever it is, for this amount a month, that's cool, and that I would buy.
same
Yeah,
thing
but
with
see, the
trail
thing-
mix.
With what?
Well,
Trail
Go ahead.
mix. Not everybody likes like, the pretzels or like cashews or whatever. Everyone just picks
That's
out the M&Ms and eat them.
Well,
Well-
I don't, but...
to touch on what you said, Ashley, I think that's a bad idea for business because you're going to pick the 10 best channels that make the best content. They're going to lose money if you pick that. So if you just give them like a broad package, hey, I'll give you 2 good channels and 23 horrible ones, upgrade to get 5 good channels because you're going to pick all the good channels in your 10 channel choice. They lose money.
Yeah, that's true. So I don't know what kind of deals they have worked out with these said channels. I don't know if it's only certain channels for certain people. I don't know. So I guess it's another thing that we'll have to wait and see how that works. Because yeah, if that's the case, no bueno.
Because I want all the, what do you call those channels, like HBO, Cinemax, Showtime? That would be all my 10 right there, just those channels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phil Spencer talks Xbox's absence from the VR space. So Xbox has not been in the virtual reality news.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily sad about it or whatever, you know. I'm still all for Xbox.
But we have yet to actually get hands-on because none of them have been released to consumers.
Actually, there has been one. What's Google? Google has one.
Oh,
And
Google
you
Glass?
Yeah. Well, no, it's different. It's some kind of VR. And for $500, you could have been a test subject for it.
Oh.
Test subject. That sounds bad.
That's exactly what it is. Probably gonna, like, when you touch it to your face, implant some type of chip in your skin.
I'd rather be a beta tester than a test subject. Give me that title. I'll do it. Sounds cooler.
True. And drop bucks.
Yeah. But I believe with that testing they did get like the first like finished model for free or something.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I just know you had to sign up and it was like expensive because I thought about it. But I'm like, too much for me.
Yeah.
No tango dinero.
So despite them being out of the VR virtual reality, they're still focusing on HoloLens technology, which we've also mentioned in previous podcasts. So, I mean, it's not completely 100% out of the question, but just not in the sense that we've been seeing it.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm sorry to get off topic, but I love that beard, Chris. It's awesome every time I look at the picture.
Oh, thank you. You can thank AP for his exceptional skill of putting a beard on Darth Vader.
Nice. Thanks, AP, for that.
He wanted it. I just did my best and tried to fit it. It's getting a little long there, Chris. You might want to trim.
Shut up. Are you doing it right now? So we come in.
Whoa.
Yeah, I lock all my doors. Like, close. Don't come in.
Do not
Serious.
disturb.
Yeah, exactly. Serious.
Yeah, I know. So this next one, every year, 7 students in UK to be given a coding device. I didn't really look into this too much. Did you guys happen to read this?
I might have skipped over it.
Yeah.
So, okay, so more than 1 million microcomputers will be given away to every year 7 student in the UK from August this year. And I guess their reasoning is to hopefully inspire a new generation of coders.
That'd be
So I
good.
think that's cool.
Like,
It is cool.
yeah, that's pretty much all I read was like the general concept of why they're doing it. Other than that, I was just like, oh, cool, okay. But we do kind of need people
But
that know
isn't
how
year
to do that.
7 a little too young? Oh, well, they're 11 through 12. That still
Maybe
seems young for
They're
coding.
like really smart.
But I think that says everyone, right? More than 1 million. Everyone. I hope they don't think every single 11 and 12-year-old in the UK is that smart.
Well,
No, but that's why
you-
you're gonna find a diamond in the rough in 1 in a million.
Yeah.
So one
True.
would be great at it. They'll just be like, I can do this, and everyone else is like, I'm gonna kill myself.
Well, I like it. Education, inspiring. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah, I'm not knocking. I think it's a great idea. Just that campaign, I'm sure it's expensive.
Yeah, that was my first thought actually, is like, okay, how much does this cost? And if you're giving it to like every kid,
Yeah, that's
when like, let's be honest, a lot of them is probably going to be used
Here.
improperly or broken or whatever. So,
very true.
but yeah, and then speaking of VR, Oculus Rift may not release for consumers in 2015.
They've pushed this thing back so many times.
Yeah, I
like,
think
will it
this is-
ever be ready?
No, I don't know. This is
almost
like the
like,
third, fourth.
It's almost like Grand Theft Auto 5 for PCs. They keep pushing that
Exactly.
motherfucker back.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well,
There's a lot of things
maybe it'll
that are
be
gonna
awesome.
push back.
Maybe it'll be like Hardline. It'll be worth the wait.
I hope, as long as they just keep refining it.
Yeah,
And just like
Battlefield
So-
Hardline will probably be the only Battlefield game I'll actually own, because I didn't really like 4.
I
I
can
Yeah,
love
two
I
Again.
did it.
Getting off topic, let's get back to Oculus.
So there's no official release date or timeline for Oculus's release. Oculuses, that sounds weird.
Oculi.
For their release, but apparently they're saying nothing's going wrong, they're not having problems, they just need more time, I guess.
You want to perfect it.
Which I think is great, because I hate when people put stuff out and they're not ready just because you want to meet deadlines.
Agreed.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Xbox One.
Yeah, like shit.
This is a common thing now in our podcasts. Net neutrality. We've always had a story about it in the last few podcasts, but apparently Comcast may be violating rules by blocking HBO Go on the Sony consoles.
Oh, Comcast.
Comcast, everybody's
corners.
favorite TV provider.
Nope, Chuck Testa.
Comcast is really making it hard on themselves.
I don't know what they're thinking. Like, I don't understand it. I feel like maybe they just know they're the worst and that everyone hates them, so they're like, well, fuck it, do what I want, because no one likes me anyway.
I mean, I think Comcast is around for people who can't afford DirecTV, Dish.
That's not very nice. What are you trying to say?
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. I actually have DirecTV and Comcast, which is kind of funny.
That is funny.
I have Time Warner, and Time Warner I think is probably the best.
Are you kidding me? They're fucking terrible.
Yeah, they are pretty bad. You can
Like,
And then-
weren't they not
then you
rated
also
this
have-
year the #1 worst company? I'm pretty
Like
sure
for
they were.
what? Customer service?
I don't know, they
Certain-
jip you
I
out
have
a
to
lot.
look it up. Yeah, no, they jip you. Their customer service is terrible. Like, their shit doesn't work. Their products are
Nice.
outdated. Like, I
Yeah.
have horror stories. Like, lately, it hasn't been so bad. But, I pay for, pretty good internet. And I'll have, like, speeds of sometimes 0.0 something. And I'm just like, fucking kidding me? And
Really?
I've been...
No,
yeah,
the
I'm
only,
not
the
joking.
only issue we used to have before we ended up calling, we called them like 2 months ago because our router kept going out,
Mhm.
and so they came over and they replaced the router, and it works fine now. It was just, again, like you said, they have outdated hardware, and so they give
Terrible.
like they give people like the old hardware, and then when they finally go to shit, it's like, oh, we have new stuff. Now you can have it.
I guess now
Well,
we
The
we
thing
can
is,
spare
because I've looked into it, because I have like a modem and then a separate router. I got the separate router because the modem is just shit, and I looked into getting a new one. But the thing is, when you take it, you can trade it, and there's no fee. But it's just going to be a same refurbished old model, and it's like that doesn't do me any good. So I just got a separate router, and I opened a bunch of ports for my Xbox, so everything would go there, and I don't give a shit if everything else shuts off, but don't mess with my Xbox.
Well, can't you buy a compatible modem? Like, buy your own and use it through them?
You can, but there's there's only a few that actually work with them. There's a list, and there might be 5 or 10 that you
So I
can
did the same thing with Comcast. The one they give you, crap. I bought my own, and it is like the best internet I've ever had in my life.
Really?
That's a strong statement. Yeah, it's great internet.
I need to do that.
Didn't we cover a story or something, or I might have heard somewhere that I think it was either Comcast or Time Warner was giving new customers old like TV boxes with cockroaches in them.
I could totally see that happening.
God.
I read that. I was like, are you
Mom.com, dude.
freaking
Like,
kidding me?
I would. No.
It's like, really? You don't fucking check your boxes to see what's living in it?
Nah,
It's gross.
it's for free.
Yeah, they're like, well, we're giving this to you, so.
Suck it up. Eat some cockroaches. Have fun. Give them to your kids.
But yeah, I even express my hate for them, but unfortunately, it's not because that's, all I can afford or something. It's because they monopolize on locations.
They
So
do.
that's the only thing I get around here, unfortunately.
That sucks.
Yes, it does. I used to have, before I moved to this house now, Verizon Fios. That was the best internet I've ever had.
Yeah, when it came out, people were like, oh, you have to get Fios.
It was so good. Yeah, I miss it. I went from like the top to the bottom.
Was it expensive?
I don't think it's like terribly expensive, but I mean it's not. I mean, it's more, I guess. for average. But well worth it if you can get fast good internet. So more internet news. HBO and their friends want their own open lines for internet TV.
So they want pretty much like HBO wants their own like channel.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
So
I thought they
basically,
already
there's
did.
different. Well, it's talking about the speeds and the lines that the internet runs through.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm trying to think how to explain it, but it ties in with the net neutrality where you can't have some internet going faster than the others. So to bypass that, they want to do their own line where the other internet and information can exist on its own, while theirs is separate, so it can just bypass it. Sort of like a fast lane for which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but the only thing it would affect us is we are paying for that extra cost. So if you have HBO, Showtime, whatever it is, you're paying for their fast lane now.
I mean, is HBO really that important? Let's be honest here.
I don't
Well,
think
for
it's a
people
necessity.
they do have good series. So I don't
They
care,
do.
but there are a lot of people that would pay that extra money for that.
But I don't think it's an issue so much. Maybe if you're one of those people who don't receive good internet in the first place, but if it's sort of like a normal setup or you have like a really good setup, you're fine. But if there's a lot of busy work or issues in your area, I mean, there's a lot of factors, then maybe. But I don't know.
Okay.
Everybody falling asleep?
Last night was a great time. I only got like 3 hours of sleep.
That's
Great.
great.
Oh,
Yeah, it was.
How are you awake?
Yep.
I don't know. I had class at 9 and then I was done after that, so. But it's all good. I got some sleep. Slept until 2 after that.
lucky you.
Yeah.
I was up at like 5:30 because I was paranoid that my alarm wouldn't go off because my phone's been shutting off in the middle of the night. I don't know why.
That sucks. I'd hate
Yeah.
that.
You gotta restart it. Do the hard reset, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's been okay since it happened like a couple days ago, but I'm still paranoid about it. So I was like up and I'm like, oh, I can't go back to sleep.
So this next story is interesting. Sorry to interrupt. I was just looking at
Yeah.
the watch.
No,
It's
go for it.
gorgeous.
Go for it.
The diamond-studded Apple Watch.
It is
announced
pretty.
by Brick. It is very pretty. Now it's not $10,000 pretty, but if someone gave it to me for a present, I would accept it.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
I'd accept it
Actually,
wholeheartedly.
it's too much for me. I don't think I would wear something like that. That's not my style.
No, you
but
put it
it
in a
does
display
look
case. Be
Yeah,
like, hey, look what I
exactly.
got, and you don't.
Yeah.
Just because I'm
That's fair.
friends with someone who can afford to buy that for people. Oh,
But I think we expected that to happen from Apple because they have iPhones.
gold
that
iPhones. And,
backing. Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah, they like to like make their product and then like, how expensive can we really get this?
Right.
That's one of the like funny things I like about Apple. It's just like, who buys
They're
this?
trendy. They're very trendy.
Yeah.
We are.
Turns out like 30 people buy it. It's like, wow.
I don't think so. I don't think so. A lot of people will go broke buying that kind of stuff. It's
Yeah.
ego. It's crazy.
It is.
You can see like Kanye walking up in a club. Got my diamonds
Exactly.
Apple.
They probably
Exactly.
pre-ordered it like 3 months ago before they announced
Right.
it.
You guys are gonna see me with it. It's like bling bling. No, just kidding. Never.
All them lights reflecting off. I can't see it.
Oh,
Lens
God.
flares.
I know
Your wrist like a disco ball.
exactly.
You wanna know
But
what
see,
time
then-
it is? Ba-bam.
Blinding yourself. Yeah, so moving on, how police body cameras were designed to get cops off the hook. So originally, they were designed to help cops, and I guess if you're wrongfully accused of whatever it is, there's proof. But now it's showing that, a lot of stuff going on in the news, and I guess cop scandals, whatever you want to call it, people are calling for all of the departments, they want the cops to wear these cameras, but for the opposite effect, to, if they're accused of something, then that evidence would be able to indict them.
But see, the Mario Aguilar guy that wrote this article, that's how he portrays that. Now, I'm all for the whole cop camera thing because it can help the citizen getting arrested and abused. But the way he interpreted this story, I think it's a little BS.
In what way? Just explain.
Well, he's saying, just in the headline, how police body cameras were designed to get cops off the hook.
Uh-huh.
They're not designed for that. They were never designed for that. They're always designed to protect citizens. So if I'm having a bad day as a police officer and I take it out on you, that camera is helping you because of my bad behavior as a police officer. They've always been designed for that. I don't know if he had some kind of bad run-in with the police or something, but they were never designed for what he's saying they were designed for, period.
Okay.
I would agree.
All cops aren't bad.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not. Not by any means. I don't know how to say it, but I guess just with a lot of the exposure, the negativity towards them lately,
that's a small fraction.
Definitely, but unfortunately, it happens a lot.
Yeah. It gets a lot of traction on the news.
Yeah, and it's not every cop, it's not every department, it's not, by any means. So I'm for the camera deal, but only if it's actually going to work, because like we've seen before, cameras, depending on the angle, point of view, whatever it is, they're like, oh, it's insufficient evidence, and I don't really see a point in implementing this if you're not actually going to take it into account. Because it's just a lot of money, and you want to do it for everybody.
I agree, but I think some of it's the fault of the technology they're using.
Yes.
So I don't want to get too deep, but yeah, I just think
it is a touchy subject.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Where are we at? Okay, so enough Apple and all of that business.
No
Windows 10. No more Apple.
Windows 10.
Is anyone excited for that?
I would if I had a computer.
So I can't say I am. But it sounds cool. I guess. Again, I don't use Windows, but I guess it's fixing all the stuff that they've had issues with, which there's no stranger to that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Personally, I've worked with computers with Windows. I don't like it, so hopefully this Windows 10 fixes a lot of those things.
Hopefully.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues.
A lot of gamers, they don't like this current Windows. What is it, Windows 8? Just because it doesn't go well with gaming, I guess. I don't know. I've never experienced any personal problems with it. It does take a little bit to understand, and I guess what they are truly trying to say is you can't access your files as easier as Windows 7, where you can just throw it up in the search bar and be like, bam, there's my file, and I can start modding and all that.
Yeah.
But
Windows 8 is very user friendly. You can do that. Now, I'm not a Microsoft fan or Windows. I most of the time do everything Apple. But 8 isn't horrible. I am looking forward to see what 10's going to do. And I have a question for Ashley. So, do you use Yosemite? What are you using right now? Because you're on a computer, right?
I have. What do I have?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
I was asking her, if she has a computer, what is she using? What?
I'm checking really quick because I'm not 100%
Operating system.
sure. Right now I have OS X Yosemite.
That's what I thought. I knew you had an Apple because you're like, I don't have Windows. I'm like, yep, she has a Mac over there.
I do. Yeah. I mean, I love it. Like, there's pros and cons to both, but I love it. It's very, I guess, media friendly. You know, if you create stuff, you're a creator, whether it be art, music, videos like we do. You know, so I like it. It's a lot of stuff.
Just checking. Not to get off topic.
But anyway, back to Windows 10. Windows 10 is coming this summer. So if you guys are looking forward to that, and it's not too far off.
And it looks like they're gonna ditch Internet Explorer.
Yes, finally.
Yeah, which a lot of
Yes,
people
I'm
aren't
excited
a fan
about
of
that.
either.
They're bringing in a new web browser.
What's the name of it? Do you remember?
I think it's... I could be wrong, but I think it's Spectre or something like
Yeah,
that.
something
Keep
like
Google Chrome.
Yeah.
Just make
Chrome
that
is
default.
That's what I use
Or
on my phone, is
Firefox. I
Google
don't
Chrome.
care. Something other than Internet Explorer. And I'm sorry, I can't handle Safari either. But
I love Safari.
I just got Google Chrome and Firefox. Those are my main hits.
Yeah, Google
And-
Chrome, that's what I use all the time.
Apparently, with Windows 10, you no longer have to type in your password. You just have to look at your computer, and it's like, oh, okay, it's you.
Have you ever used one of those Chromebooks?
No.
No.
We have them here in our library at school, and they're actually like pretty cool, little compact little things. And I mean, to log on, all you have to do is type in your email, and it has everything for you. So it has all your Google settings, whatnot, and it has like signs you into everything you already have that's connected to Google, which I thought that was pretty cool. But then again, it was a
That's
school
pretty cool.
computer, so I was like, I don't like this.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No, it's... Oh, just kidding. I'll wait. For the lead in.
Windows 10 upgrade free to pirated Windows users. So basically,
yeah.
People who are stealing it, they'll get a free upgrade.
yeah, so you didn't have to buy it to be able to upgrade. The reasoning
Of course you
behind it was, what was like a link to, how did they explain it? A link to the Chinese market.
Wow.
Because a lot of the people they show over there are using pirated versions versus paid for. So they want to get it to everybody.
Or they could just do what Apple does. Here you go.
I know, like, I don't want to have to pay for it.
I mean, nobody likes paying for stuff, but sometimes it's gotta happen. I mean,
Just have to.
I don't like paying to upgrade my computer, but I do sometimes when I have.
Well, that's
the
like a
funds.
little different, though.
Not really. I mean, it's the OS, so if you want everything to run smooth, I mean, it takes out like little stupid things that they found in their system that it's just unnecessary. Nobody really uses it. So I mean, if they're doing good upgrades and whatnot and making everything easier to be accessible, then I'm all for it. Of course, that's where research into the product comes in.
Yeah, definitely. Terminator 2 inspired this new 3D printing process.
Cool little thing there. I mean, I feel like every podcast we now have something Terminator related, or we can relate to, like Skynet in a way.
Yeah.
but Just every podcast now.
It seems like they're getting ready for Genesis. That's why they keep mentioning Terminator
Yeah.
stuff.
Maybe. But it's very interesting. It creates objects from a pool of resin. So unlike any other 3D printing devices, it goes layer by layer on like a puddle, basically. I don't know.
That's pretty sweet.
It's interesting to watch. Alright, so moving on to entertainment news. Rogue One concept art reportedly resembles video games like Halo.
I mean, the concept art is really cool. It's more like, hey, go check this out, though.
Apparently I'm the only one.
Go for it.
Oh, I was asking who's excited for episode 7 coming out this year.
Oh, me.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I didn't hear that either.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we lost feed. I can't see anyone.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's frozen.
Uh-oh.
Well, I mean, the only person is Ashley. I'm still getting you token, so.
Okay.
Well, apparently the slate of films is episode 7.
Ashley, restart your camera.
Hold on.
Okay, hold on. I'll hold on too.
Yeah.
Please hold.
Please, though, technical difficulties. Today is just loaded with technical difficulties.
I know. Keep us on our toes.
Let me guess. It's my fault. You guys can all blame it on me.
No, it's mostly my fault, I feel like. I mean, fucked up. I feel like someone's hacked my webcam.
I mean,
because,
there's nothing you can, do, though. It's not like you did it on purpose.
No.
It just happens.
Still salty.
Welcome back.
Alright, yeah. You're good. So, Chris.
We good to go? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got the new trilogy, episode 7 through 9, and then they have slated 2 standalone films, and Star Wars Rogue One is their first standalone, and that is coming out, I believe, next year.
I thought it was 7.
I think episode 8 comes out in 2017.
18.
But the first bit of concept art for Rogue One hasn't been made available to the public, but apparently there are details from the meeting, and that the imagery evoked concept art of a video game, and it screamed Halo. It looked very dark and done in green, so it evoked the idea that it was being done under the cloak of night. In the concept art, it included 4 or 5 armored persons, presumably soldiers on the ground, with 2 or 3 ships in the background. The ships were fairly dark and seemed a bit bigger than X-Wings. Characters were generic looking, they all wore the same dark outfit.
And one was called Master Chief.
Star Wars Rogue One will be directed by Gareth Edwards, who directed last year's big hit of Godzilla. With Felicity Jones from the movie The Theory of Everything will be starring in the film. The script comes from Chris Weitz from Cinderella, After Gary Whitta from Book of Eli, and After Earth completed the first draft. Rogue One is slated to hit theaters December 16th, 2016, while episode 7 and 8 are expected December 18th, 2015, and May 26, 2017, respectively. So I'm pretty excited that we're getting new Star Wars.
Yes, finally.
Get that hype train.
Yeah. Star Wars Episode 8 and standalone film Rogue One details have surfaced. Pretty much Disney has grabbed several big names and Oscar winners to work on their next batch of films. Episode 8, Rian Johnson, director and screenwriter. He's best known for the movie Looper, Brick and the Brothers Bloom. Kathleen Kennedy is a producer. She also worked on Looper, Don John, Brick and the Brothers Gloom. And another producer, Ram Bergman, Looper, Don John, Brick and the Brothers Gloom. Rogue One, Gareth Edwards, the director, Monsters and Godzilla. Chris Weitz is a screenwriter. Cinderella, About a Boy, and Ants. I don't know where I got dark from. Simon Emanuel, he's an executive producer, The Dark Knight Rises, Fast and Furious 6, and a couple other executive producers, some from Star Trek, First Contact, Pirates of the Caribbean. Rogue One most likely refers to the Rogue Squadron from the film The Empire Strikes Back. Few other details are known about the film, but the standouts here are Felicity Jones, John Knoll, and Chris Weitz. Jones and Knoll both have Academy Awards for Best Actress and Special Effects. And Weitz has a nomination for Best Adapted Screenplay. So here's hoping that Rogue One is a bitchin' of a movie. And apparently they're going to release a novel that will reveal what happened to the Empire after Return of the Jedi, because Episode 7 takes 30 years after the events of Episode 6. So they're releasing a novel that reveals what happened.
Okay.
Damn. It's going to be one of the 20 tie-in books set to be released this fall. So there's going to be 20 books.
Wow.
And it all leads up to the December release of The Force Awakens. And it says, on the cover of the book, it says, "The war is not over." Aftermath will be the first book in a trilogy that begins to bridge the Star Wars timeline between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens, adding that readers will be introduced to a sweeping new cast of characters along with a fan favorite from the films. The premise or the synopsis of the book is: the second Death Star has been destroyed. Rumors are flying that the Emperor and his enforcer Darth Vader are dead. A new government is forming to replace the Empire. But the galaxy is a big place, and the fallout of this cataclysm will affect different worlds in different ways. Does everyone accept the fall of Imperial rule? Has everyone even heard the life-altering news? And what rushes in to fill the vacuum of the Empire has left, and who will try to stop them? And the book is called Star Wars Aftermath. And it
Sounds exciting.
will be published September 4th, and you can pre-order it.
Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of Star Wars this year.
Lots of Star Wars news. And another... I'm new to this, but Suicide Squad from DC.
Yes, that is
I'm so excited. Like, so excited.
I know. There are new rumors about Joker and Deathstroke. Deathstroke's an absolute badass. And so
like
is the Joker.
One of my favorite villains.
Joker is twisted. And
I love him. So much.
rumor has it that the Suicide Squad movie's Joker is not going to be as lanky and physically unimposing as he is in the comics. Jared Leto's Clown Prince of Crime is supposedly going to be muscular from working out in prison. His skin will also be reportedly bleached white. He will not simply be wearing makeup like Heath Ledger's Joker.
That Joker was awesome.
Yes. This film's Joker is lean and scarred, but his suit does have broad shoulders. Joker works out in his cell like an inmate when he is interrogated by Amanda Waller, who's doing handstand push-ups, so it makes sense that Jared Leto said he is putting on weight. They add that Joker has a lot of scenes with Hugo Strange.
Did we lose Chris?
My bad, my controller died on me.
Okay. Hugo Strange.
It likes to fucking die on me. It pisses me off. Joker has a lot of scenes with Hugo Strange. He's the psychiatrist at the prison, and apparently he seems to be a part of the story.
Okay.
Hugo Strange has quite a few interactions with the Joker and Harley Quinn. It's not the regular security, it's internal one-on-one thing. Professor Hugo Strange is a longtime Batman villain who has yet to appear in live action. Although the producers of Fox's Gotham have said they intend on introducing the character on their prequel series.
Okay.
It also claims Deathstroke is in the film as the hired assassin for the villain network Onslaught. So looks like we're going to be seeing Deathstroke in Suicide Squad, which is going to be epic.
I'm very excited for this.
They claim he won't have superpowers, but will have the comic book character's iconic mask. Sweet. He's a huge part of both of the major set pieces of the film. His introduction, I guess, is going to be insane. He's badass and almost takes the team down on one mission single-handedly. They say the actor Joe Magliano, I don't know how you say his last name. That's a hard name to say. He might be in contention for playing Deathstroke.
Cool. I'm excited.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks
There's
good.
quite a few movies. There's a good slate of comic book movies coming out next year compared to this year. There's only 3 coming out this year. Age of Ultron, Ant-Man, and Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I kind of feel like movie makers have seen, like, okay, it's like a big thing, people like it, and it's taking off, and now all of these big movies are based on, like...
we'll see. Marvel has held the throne for quite some time, since 2008.
Yeah.
And now, 8 years later, DC is starting to get the message.
Taking it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy about it.
Seinfeld streaming rights could top 90 million. I've never really watched Seinfeld, but
neither have I.
It's a good show.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's one of the, what did they call it? The show that talks about nothing ever. So it's like little like redundant moot points where they'll just like go off on a tangent, but it's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, if you have like just a whole like day or weekend or so to just relax and do nothing, I would suggest watching Steinfeld if you can. I mean, you do get a lot of humor out of it just from little things, but no, it's corny.
Yeah.
Moving
That's a
on.
lot
let
of
me get back to speak. My phone keeps backing out of Messenger, so.
worries. Jason Creator reveals his concept for Friday the 13th TV series, Crystal Lake. So there's a TV series coming based off of Friday the 13th, and it's going to focus on the Crystal Lake and the real life killings. And I don't think it's going to show the villain as we see him in movies. It's going to be a lot of flashbacks, and just sort of like a different hacker slasher than we expect.
So it's not going to be scary. Nice.
Well, I don't know, because like they said it's going to be. Did you ever watch Smallville? It's going to be like that, I guess. Which I'm not totally
So
on board
it's
with.
more than likely just going to be like a thriller and not like a horror.
Exactly. Because
Yeah.
it's going to be on the CW, so...
I think it's going to be a thriller, probably a lot of drama, and I don't know, probably not scary. So I don't know how I feel about it. Originally, I'm like, not so much, but no.
So who wants to cover the science news portion?
That's usually Hanyu's place.
Yeah, that little fucker.
And it looks like he loaded up. No, not too much, but still.
There's a decent amount.
Yeah, there's just a lot of news
About
all around.
a little more than a page. So the solar system's largest moon has a saltwater ocean greater than all the water on Earth. That is some amount of feat this has done. Because I mean, we have a lot of salt water here, and the moon has more. That means we're not number one anymore.
Yeah, it's Jupiter's largest moon. I'm gonna butcher the name. Ganymede, whatever.
Yeah, Ganymede, whatever. It's some moon name. It's complicated.
Anyway, Jupiter's largest moon. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
So the underground body of water is estimated to be 60 miles deep, which is up to 10 times deeper than our oceans.
Damn.
Right?
It gets up there.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out how they discovered that and how do they know it's that deep.
You know, at some point with all the space stuff, you're just like, okay, I'll trust them.
Because it's just saying the Hubble makes discoveries, but it's not drilling that deep and giving us solid information.
Well, I guess there's like scientific methods behind it, which, you know, it basically, so they were looking at it through the telescope, and the way the magnetic fields make the aurora rock back and forth, I guess the changes in the magnetic field can tell that there's water present, and I guess knowing how magnetic fields work and auroras and all of that, they can calculate it. They didn't really go into the specifics. I feel like if they did, we wouldn't understand anyway.
Yeah, but I think that's based on the same elements we have on Earth. There's a chance other planets don't have the same elements. So all the magnetic fields could react differently to different things.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, I mean, we don't know, but that's speculation, you know? That's the big things going on anyway.
That's pretty cool, though.
It is very cool. So I guess this makes it one of the most habitable bodies ever discovered outside of Earth. But then, like, when they say that, I feel like we don't know what this water is really made up of. It's like, yeah, it's water, but what else is in it, you know? Like, is it really, quote-unquote, habitable?
Well, it's super deep. We got to get down there.
It's super deep. Yeah, what is down there? We don't even know what's in ours. That just sounds scary.
Yeah, we need to figure out a way to, like, get something to not get squashed like a Coke can going down to those depths. Because there's still a lot of mysteries about... I mean, hell, Lake Nessie. Come on, there's a Loch Ness there. We'll find it.
I think before we even can get to the water, I think it says something like 95 miles of just ice, like solid frozen ice. So...
Bring a blow dryer or something, I don't know.
A blow dryer.
So, moving on to the Japanese scientists just beamed.
Don't die on us.
So, Boxy Metal right now, we're covering some science news. We're talking, there's a lot of space news. So, we just started. We haven't really missed out too much on science news.
Yeah, here's the link to the next article, which I just destroyed. Japanese scientists just beamed energy through air.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, so discovering new ways to do all this stuff. Human-made satellite has long been able to harness the sun's energy as it washes over them outside the... Okay, I'm going to stop reading because I'm going to make a fool of myself. But yeah, so basically they're taking this sun of energy. What am I trying to say? Somebody, please.
Okay, so they took energy, and they're trying to bounce it. It's the sun's energy from satellites to Earth. That's the goal. So what they actually did is they took wireless energy and what was it? It was like 75. I want to say feet. I don't think it was miles. It was 1.8 kilowatts of power through the air to a receiver 170 feet away. So it's not great, but it's a big step towards the development of space-based solar collectors that beam energy back towards the Earth. So meaning if we want to go away from fossil fuels for energy, then we can use solar energy, so collect solar energy in space, beam back towards Earth, and we use the sun's power that way. Which I think is pretty cool.
Pretty sick.
Pretty legit.
Yep.
I'm on board.
Yeah.
Clean energy. Scientists have just invented synthetic chameleon skin. This stuff's pretty crazy.
Yep, sign me up.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
This is pretty cool. I mean, what we all thought, or our first train of thought was like super soldier kind of stuff, material. That's what it's going to be applied for, but hell, I would
Probably.
use it. Make wallpaper out of it. That'd be cool.
Well, that's what they were saying. They were saying that maybe it can be on cars or,
Yeah.
just different accessory stuff.
Make purses or something. Ooh, stylish.
What color do I want to
And
do?
expensive.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Everything's expensive at first, then they learn how to mass produce, and then it's like, oh, it's nothing. The Model T, the Ford Model T, look at that. Look where we are today.
Very true. So basically, they looked at how chameleon skin changes color, and it's one of the few animals that can actually do that. And it has to do with the stretching of the skin. So they made the material, when it's stretched, the way the right light reflects off of it, changes the color. Pretty cool. This new NASA app makes it much easier for you to discover asteroids. So if you want to discover asteroids, get NASA's app.
NASA's new app. Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll have extinction level event asteroids on there. Like, oh, hey, there's this huge asteroid going to hit the Earth.
Well, that's what they mentioned. It would be easier to, now that everyone's looking, well, not everybody, but whoever has the app, you're looking for asteroids, and you can see which ones have been recorded, which ones haven't been recorded. So it gives them a better idea. If there is a threat, there's just more data, more information coming to them from all these different people, because everyone's partaking in it. And that's cool. So if you're, into astronomy and all that, it could be fun.
Definitely. I mean, if I was a few years younger, I would probably look into it and just be obsessed with it, but not anymore.
I got time for that. Fahrenheit is a better temperature scale than Celsius. So, do any of you guys know how to use Celsius?
Not really, no.
Yeah, it's
There's like
easier.
some sort of formula you can do to convert Celsius into Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit into Celsius. But
Yeah.
apparently Fahrenheit
They also
is
have a
used
nice
like
gap.
for
Yeah, so there's a formula, and you can convert it, whatever. Most of the world uses Celsius anyway. There's only a few people. Us in the United States are one of the people who use Fahrenheit. And they're actually 4 different things scientifically. Just depending on where you're at, they use it for everything. In terms of temperature for air, or temperature in water, whatever. But they're saying that it's not necessarily Fahrenheit could possibly be better than Celsius, which if you ask anyone else who actually uses Celsius in that area of the world, totally will just be an uproar.
So there's a joke. I don't know if you guys had a chance to read it. It's in there. So there's this joke going around Twitter, and it's with Fahrenheit. You're really cold at 0 degrees Fahrenheit. You're really hot at 100 degrees Fahrenheit. With Celsius, you're really cold at 0 degrees Celsius and dead at 100 degrees Celsius. Ha ha ha. That's going around Twitter. It's a big deal.
Science humor.
Yep.
Har, har, har. I mean, but it's true. Like, they're so different.
Well, you think about Kelvin. Use that Kelvin scale. 0, everything stops. And then, I don't even know how high it goes.
Yeah.
Wasn't Calvin used to like for the sun and all that?
Probably. I don't know. I can't remember how it got started, but I do not know how to use it. I just look at my phone
Oh, no,
and
it's
that's what temperature is.
At 0 to degrees Kelvin, you're dead, and at 100 degrees Kelvin, you're dead.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I got Fahrenheit in my phone right now.
Yeah, most of us do.
Yeah, so.
I mean, I don't know really how to use Celsius since high school, so whatever. But
Yeah.
I don't think it'll ever be something that'll change. I think we're pretty set in our ways, and I can't imagine us changing.
Never change.
Well, the whole purpose of that article was so that the scientists can be on the same page when they're talking about temperature. So right now there's, I wouldn't say a disconnect, but sometimes the data is a little broken because then there's converting from Fahrenheit to Celsius. So they're like, yeah, if the United States jumps on board with everyone else, we can have better data.
True. And they're also saying Fahrenheit makes more sense for precision and a way of communicating air temperature in a way that relates to how humans perceive temperatures versus just freezing or boiling, like how Celsius focuses on.
Very true. So it seems like that's a losing argument for both sides. The United States is never going to change. The rest of the world's never going to change.
Exactly. But good on science for pointing it out. Where are we at? Mars one is broke, disorganized, and sketchy as hell. So there's been some speculation going on in the media lately that Mars one, the Mars mission, is a hoax or a scam, just not legit.
Yeah, apparently it's, one of the, I guess, people that signed up, they thought when they would do the Skype call, they thought they were going to be getting, like, deep psychological testing, and it was just, like, 5 questions, and then they were done. And then they told them to, like, whatever you make, 75% of your profit, you have to send it to Mars One.
Yeah.
And so people are like, are you serious? I thought, could possibly go into space. You don't want to know how my body can handle it, but...
Yeah, so, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but there was a professor who is one of the 100 applicants, and he came forward with the application process and the interview process saying that they did not, like Chris was saying, ask him psychological questions, nothing as far as health, whatever. And he was like, shouldn't there be more to this? And he never met anyone in person. And it just seems weird to send these people who may not have great qualifications, if any at all, to Mars, which is very dangerous. And not only is it just a mission, it's a lifelong mission. Like, you're not coming back.
Sketchball.
So, yeah. And you're not taking the, I guess, what would seem like the necessary measures to, ensure success. So they're saying, is it either not going to happen? Is this just some, scam? Or there's also a question that maybe they're not focusing on people who are actually qualified, and it's more, we want to fuel this project and this mission, and the way to do it is for, they want to make a reality TV show. So let's just get people who would be good for reality TV versus, are you actually qualified to be successful on Mars? And no one really knows.
Mm-hmm. I kind of lost where we're at. What's the next link?
I just looked at the chat. That's quite classy, guys.
Yeah, it's the one man believes one-way Mars mission isn't on the level.
Yeah, that chat's getting kind of crazy.
That's so funny.
Shout out to chat.
Chat. So, I don't know. We'll see. No one really knows.
Yeah.
And it does seem sketch, personally, but, I don't want to be shouting Illuminati because it's way too soon.
I've said once I see a rocket ship on multiple news stations of a rocket blasting off for Mars, and that's when I'll believe it.
Well, even then, I feel like they could just cover it up and like send like a dud rocket where it's like, we sent it, you don't know what's in it. But that's just me poking with a stick.
That's like the whole media. Everyone just pokes everything with a stick nowadays, see what happens, what they can get out of it.
Right? Basically. Just what we do. Here's what could happen if Antarctica's ice melts. I mean, it is melting. It's a fact.
Antarctica. What did I just say? Antarctica.
Antarctica.
I don't know, my words are just like not with me today. I said like Antarctica or something like that. I don't know.
Antarctica.
It's getting bad. I need to work on my speech.
Oh, good.
I think you're doing great.
But yeah, basically, if all the ice caps melt, then expect a little more water. Just think about
a
that.
lot more water.
Just like a
Sea
glass.
levels rising.
Just a little bit. Then of course, save the penguins. That spiel.
A penguin.
That'd be sad if we lose the penguins. They're so fun.
If we lose the what?
The penguins.
Penguins?
Come on, they're fun. They're fun. They're so fun to watch.
I love penguins. They're so cute. One time I went on like this little, I don't know what you call it, not expedition. It wasn't in Antarctica or whatever, but it was really cold, and they were just so cute, and I love them so much. They're one of my favorites.
And next article is Milky Way. Man, I love those candy bars.
You and me both.
Nice.
Milky Way may be host to billions of potential life-supporting Goldilocks planets. Keyword being potential.
Okay.
We still have to find a way of getting there and observing the planets, which probably won't happen in any of our lifetimes or 3 generations from now.
Yeah, probably.
Lifetime. Astronomers have calculated that there could be billions of stars in our galaxy that may have 1 to 3 Goldilocks planets, each in the habitable zone. The region around a star that makes it just right for life to potentially exist on a planet. Using the NASA's Kepler satellite, astronomers have confirmed about 1,000 planets around stars in the Milky Way and 3,000 potential planets to date. That's a lot of planets.
Definitely.
The Kepler satellite discovers exoplanets by observing if the light curve of a star shows a reoccurring small dip in brightness, indicating a planet obscuring its light as it orbits its host. To estimate how many of these systems have planets in the habitable zone, researchers from the Australian National University and the Niels Bohr Institute made calculations based on an updated version of the 250-year-old Titus-Bode law. The theory states that there is a ratio between the orbital periods of planets in a solar system. Historically, it has had both success and failures in predicting the orbits of planetary bodies in our own solar system. The scientists placed the already observed planets into the pattern for where they should be located and slotted in others that seem to be missing between the known planets as determined by the Titus-Bode law. One extra planet in the system beyond the outermost known planet was also added. Using the theory, the researchers then proposed that there were a total of 228 planets across the 151 planetary systems, with each system hosting 1 to 3 planets in the habitable zone. They made a priority list with 77 planets and 40 planetary systems to further study to give more weight to their research. That's a lot of, again, a lot of planets.
Yeah.
And quite a ways away.
Yeah, definitely.
To know for sure.
I mean, we're not getting there anytime soon, but it would be crazy to one day find other life, especially if it's sort of life like how we, like, all of us on Earth are, you know? Like, that would be insane. What would you guys do if, like, everyone just found out that aliens existed, like, tomorrow, and they landed here tomorrow?
I would believe in Super Saiyans.
There'd be a lot of writing because people, oh no, people probably wouldn't take it so well, and again, a lot of like, I'd say, like, the church would probably, I don't know how to say it, they'd probably,
Yeah, that was one of my first thoughts.
yeah, it's like, how would the church take it?
Oh,
Because-
the world would blow up. You know, the religious
Yeah.
world. It's like questioning almost everything that, I don't know how to say it, I guess, that they preach.
Yeah, it
That-
would go against everything they preached.
They would have to make amendments.
Yeah,
You'd have to rewrite the series.
New adaptation on the
Yeah,
current series.
yeah.
The New Testament Part 2.
But who would write it?
a reboot of the book.
Kind of like how Spider-Man did.
Yeah.
Have a new set of authors write the stories.
It's funny.
And now we go into uncategorized news.
Uncategorized.
Yay.
The Tricentennial Tower is like the Space Needle with
Not that
gondolas.
many. There's only. If it's tall as hell, I'm not getting on it because I don't like
I'm gonna
heights.
try something. Actually, I don't know what's over there.
The heights don't bother me, but I like thrill. I like thrill rides, roller coasters, all that jazz. And basically what they want to do is, this tower is a 320-foot tall structure that looks like the Space Needle, and then a gondola ride going around, up and down the structure. I think it looks cool. Would you guys ride this?
Yes.
The going up part,
I would.
I would probably be a little girl going up, but going
Yeah,
down,
that's
I
super fun.
probably won't have an issue.
I would ride it a couple times. Get back in line, do it again.
The show.
I don't know.
Earth has a new island. It's in the
Earth's
South
new-
Pacific.
This is pretty interesting.
Is it for sale yet?
Not yet. Yet.
I feel like the photographer should be the photographer should just be like, oh, it's mine now. I'm taking it. I found it.
Plant a flag.
Yeah. The flag of photos.
Yeah, doesn't look very fun.
Well, it's brand
No
new.
Wi-Fi.
There's nothing on it. But of course, they're talking about tourists and making an attraction. Because why not?
Yeah, it's
But
brand new. Let's ruin it.
exactly.
See, if we can bring back dinosaurs, we should put them on that island.
Oh
True.
my goodness.
Maybe that's Jurassic World right there.
Oh my gosh.
It's a great idea. Great idea.
hmm And on a sad note, humans have killed nearly 3 million whales in the 20th century,
Yeah.
which is pretty sad, and and downright stupid.
Yeah, so international whaling bans have been in effect since the 1980s, but it's not exactly, it hasn't really caught on for everybody yet. And it's sad because it's just unnecessary. It's just something that we don't need to be doing, so we definitely should not be doing it.
Fact.
They used to have a TV show on Discovery Channel where I forget the name of the group,
It's like
but they were
whale hunters.
activists. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
activists, and they would go after whaling ships and try to stop people from killing whales. So it still goes on today. It's mostly Japan that still does it.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it'll catch on and stop because, like I said, it's not necessary. We don't need to be doing it. And their numbers take a long time to recover. They don't, they don't just multiply and a bunch shoot out or whatever.
Yeah.
It takes a while.
Egypt wants to build a second Cairo in just 7 years.
Only 7 years.
I think they need to fix their government first.
Yeah.
Let's get a new
Yes.
government before we worry about a new Cairo.
They have a ton of people who are illegally living in houses there. It's kind of sad, and it's like I think they're trying to do this to distract people from what's actually going on in that country.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's like, hey, we want to build a brand new fancy city. Don't mind a ton of people living in the slums.
Yeah. Just a big distraction, fancy, shiny things.
Hey, Token, your webcam was frozen. So,
Uh-oh. Yep.
is anyone else getting that, or is it just me?
No, yeah, it...
Yeah. Today is just tech difficulty day.
Yeah, and my controller didn't cut off. Nice. Real nice.
It's not
Better?
It's just your picture.
No, it should be on here shortly, because it's on my end now.
Yeah, there it goes.
I do not have it yet.
Came up for me.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
It might just be me. I don't know. I don't know what I need to do to correct this, but yeah, I'm not.
Is anything coming up for you?
I see
Or
Ash.
is it just a
like,
picture? Or?
And then there's one.
it's just a picture. Your token gaming's. That's all I got. If you would,
Yeah, I see the symbol on there.
yeah, you seen the stream then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny because Switzer the man, he was like, where are the other three? Did Luigi eat them? Now there's 4 of us. With only Ashley. Nice. Way to hang in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But oh wow.
Oh, real, I guess. So this next story is pretty interesting. Cisco's going to ship its equipment to empty houses to dodge the NSA. So the NSA was caught putting backdoors into Cisco electronics last year, which we covered, I believe it was last podcast, how the government puts backdoors into your devices so you can kind of sneak in there and see what's going on. So now the company wants to avoid the snooping, so they're shipping the boxes to addresses that are vacant or have nothing to do with the actual customer. So ultimately, you have no idea who it's going to. But with that comes risks. So I mean, I guess I don't know. Like, it's a pretty smart idea, but then I want to know what happens once it gets to this like random house. Like,
Yeah.
how do you know where it's supposed to go? Who like makes sure it gets there? You know what I mean? But yeah. So moving on to casting news. Eddie Murphy is to play Richard Pryor's father in biopic.
And for people who don't know what biopic means, it's a movie about a specific person's life. Kind of like an autobiography book, but in movie form.
Yeah. I didn't understand that. Yeah, basically. I don't know how I didn't understand that, but...
And for people who don't know who Richard Pryor is, he was a comedian/actor in the 70s and 80s. And he was really quite funny.
Yeah, and he died from an overdose, I think. Of like either heroin or cocaine, but some serious drug.
One of them hardcores.
Yeah.
It's sad. But it happens.
Yeah.
Damn. Then, from Howard Stark to Preacher, Dominic Cooper's rumored for Seth Rogen's AMC series.
Dominic Cooper, he played Howard Stark in Captain America: The First Avenger, and I guess he was on the TV show Agent Carter, playing the same role.
Yeah.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I can't remember. I'm losing my train of thought. I'm keeping up with chat right now. Sorry.
No worries. So AMC's Preacher adaptation has already been given a series order. Is to be directed by This Is the End Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, with a script by Breaking Bad Sam Catlin, who will also serve as showrunner. So that sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, seems pretty good.
And more casting news. Jessica Lange confirms that she's leaving American Horror Story. I don't know. Do any of you guys watch American Horror Story?
I do.
I do.
She was pretty. I mean, her characters. It's like I wanted to kill the bitch myself. She was so fucked up.
And she's so convincing.
Yes, and apparently we all know that Lady Gaga is coming in on the new season, but apparently Lady Gaga is supposed to take over.
Yes, she's got some big shoes to fill.
Mm-hmm.
So, sad news, but I mean, I don't know. She's pretty weird on her own, so maybe it'd be perfect for her. And I've seen her.
I can see it working.
Yeah, so could be really good. I'll have to wait and see. Karen Gillan joins HBO Salem Witch pilot from Orange is the New Black creator.
Another great show.
Orange is the New Black?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that show.
Watched it.
It's so good.
It does take us.
Seems like just seems like something women would watch and guys.
I know a lot of guys
really get into.
That one.
No, it's pretty good, man. It's It's pretty good. But maybe it's just me.
No, definitely. I know a lot of guys that watch it and are really into it. I think it's for everybody, even though it is centered on a female prison. So I guess I could see how, that would be thought. But, I mean, it's funny. There's just a lot of stuff kind of leaves you hanging. I don't know, great writing, great actors. I think it's great. But anyway. So, Karen Gillan, she was in Doctor Who and Guardians of the Galaxy, has joined HBO's, The Devil You Know, the Salem Witch Trail drama. Again, from the same creator as Orange is the New Black. It sounds interesting. That sounds like something I'd watch. Other cast members reportedly include Ever Carradine, Damien Moloney, I'm gonna butcher all these names. Julian Ryan Tutt, Matthew James Thomas, Miguel Lindsay, Hannah Norenberg, Nyan Gonzalez, Norvin, and Zal Ashton. Recurring actors are Will Pullen, Kate Nash, Santa Kofuen, Mary Mauser, and Beanie Feldstein. Yeah, so it's pretty interesting. It's part of a period in history that's pretty dark, and really did happen. So I have to check it out.
For sure. Ash, can you still see me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't, so.
Gotcha.
The stream can't. They just see your logo, which I'm probably gonna actually...
Oh, you should see what he's doing stream. It's so scandalous.
Ooh, scandalous.
Yeah, it's like, now I can pick my nose and do weird stuff without anybody judging.
Behind the scenes, and then it just comes, like, right back on.
I know, right?
You're, like knuckle deep.
I mean, what do you think I've been doing this whole time?
Oh.
I know, right? That's why you cut it off on purpose.
Yeah. Just gotta hide. Gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Yep.
You do you, boo-boo.
What did you just
Scarface.
say?
Doesn't matter. Scarface remake hires straight out of Compton writer. Universal is reportedly moving forward with the Scarface remake and has tapped straight out of Compton writer Jonathan Herman to rewrite the script.
I think that's a great idea, but why have old ideas? Can't they come up with something new? That's the only.
Well, that's just the train on everything. It's just remake everything. No one has new ideas anymore. I know.
Better, faster, stronger.
Innovative. I mean, they don't need the technology now to make a better Scarface remake.
No.
I mean, they're not going to be flying in jetpacks or anything.
No, but better, I guess, gun effects. Because when I watched it, it was like you could definitely. Yeah. I mean, you could just see some cuts in it where it's like, oh wow, they could have done better here, here, and here. But
yeah.
I don't know. It was early cinema. They were still figuring out all that stuff. Whereas nowadays they got
Still
that
classic.
stuff down pat.
Definitely. So in addition to this, Herman is also developing the Demonologist and the Birds remake at Universal.
Yay.
That could be cool. Jackie Earle Haley may play the key Suicide Squad role.
Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Yep. We're all excited about that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Big on Suicide Squad. So he'll be playing the role of the Thinker in Suicide Squad. So So he's heard, or there's connection with Jackie Earle Haley's name with the role. I don't think it's confirmed just yet, but a lot of speculation, word around town, I guess. Yeah, and I guess, I don't know, it might not happen. It may. Just have to wait and see.
There's been a lot of news on Suicide Squad lately. I mean, just the more into development they get, the more stuff comes out, but...
Yeah, there's just so many, like, rumors, speculation, like, I don't know. I'm really excited for it, so... I just really want them, which I think it will be good. I don't think they will mess it up, what it seems like, so cross fingers.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. True Detective Season 2 casts porn actors for massive orgy scene. What?
There's an image.
Good for them.
Good.
Bringing the excitement.
There's an image?
See, HBO right there. This is exactly why.
That's why earlier you're like, those would be all my channels, all 10 right there.
Exactly. Because of that. Can't wait to see that scene. No, not really. I'm joking. I'm joking. And if I wasn't joking, I wouldn't be that honest on the stream right now.
You know, I want to know who was the person that pointed that out. Like, who was that guy in the room that was like, hey, dude, I recognize these people. Like, where are they from?
I know. That's where.
Yeah.
That must be like some awkward interaction. It's like, I recognize you so much. Where
You know, I've kind of like low-key wondered that. Like, does that really, I mean, I'm sure it does happen in real life. Like, oh, you look so familiar. Like, where have I seen you from? I don't know. Do you visit Pornhub often?
It's like, that's right. Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, what's that? Okay.
That's funny.
Deny it if you can, but we know it's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so HBO's True Detective is going to get a little more steamy. So porn stars Amia Miley and Peter Jensen have been hired for a massive orgy sequence featuring dozens of naked bodies.
Good for them.
Dozens.
Good on them. Those two girls making waves.
Doing something useful.
Yeah, so they both work in the adult entertainment industry. They said that they were not employed for their porn experience. Rather, they were hired among dozens of other extras to fill the roles of the quote-unquote naked bodies. Sure, if you want to believe that.
They're great actors. Trust me.
I guess so.
I've seen their
I don't
material.
know, but
Especially if they're just gonna lay there.
yeah, I guess so.
Especially if there's like a pizza scene or something.
What?
We're getting off topic here. So what's next? Joseph Gordon-Levitt to produce and star in Fraggle Rock movie.
Two thumbs down for me.
And why is that, Shogun?
Question, Ashley.
GL. Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Well,
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he's a pretty good actor.
I would agree, but not
If
for
you've
this role.
if you've seen him in Looper, he did a pretty good young
I agree.
Bruce Willis.
I agree with you 100%. I just think the type of characters that I've seen him play in the past, it wouldn't. I wouldn't say.
Well,
it's
he
gonna
was
tarnish
he was
his
usually
image.
typecast as like the teen romance type spiel,
Pretty boy.
like the
cute,
like-
or just romantic.
like a romantic comedy drama type movie, and now he's getting roles as more serious and more adult oriented films, and he's doing it quite well. But
Yeah,
for
but
him to
with
go
that
back
film,
and do this
exactly.
Fraggle Rock,
Exactly.
I've never seen Fraggle Rock because I wasn't alive during the time.
Well, in his last three movies, Inception, The Dark Knight Rises, Loopers, those are all
Yes.
dark movies.
Inception is probably on my top 10 list of favorite movies of all time.
Who's also
Definitely.
in Sin City.
Who knows? He might surprise us. It's not something that we've seen him doing in the past, but I don't think it's impossible for him.
I like him. I just think that's a horrible role for him. Like if he just produced it and that's someone else star, great. But now the starring role for that, I don't know. We'll see.
We shall see. Transformers writer. I'm gonna kill the name. I'm so bad at names.
That's a good name. Got this.
Is it Aaron Kruger?
Yeah.
To bring the Brothers Grimm to TV. I'm like literally the worst name. It's not even funny.
Yep.
So yeah, he is bringing the Transformers into a television series.
Oh no.
I was not a fan of the last
6? The last 6?
Oh. Thought something went wrong with the stream again. I was like, what now?
No, they just produced too many. Like, the first 2 were good, and then it was like, okay.
Yeah, you should have stopped. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
The last movie's the highest grossing movie ever. Why would they stop?
Well, okay, that's true. And that's probably why they did it. But
Yeah.
watching
Well, it was released in China, and that's how they beat. I think it was. I forget what movie, but yeah.
yeah, so it's not question why he didn't stop, but for sure, not. I don't know. I'm not a fan. So the new series is going to be built on the 2005 film, starring Heath Ledger and Matt Damon, following the adventures of brothers William and Jacob Grimm as they discover the supernatural creatures plaguing the 19th century Europe.
I don't know.
You guys, something that you'd watch? Check it out, maybe.
I might check it out, but it's gonna be a quick glance.
I feel that.
So moving on to like release info and announcement news, we are now expected to get Goat Simulator on consoles. So that includes Xbox One, Xbox 360. So for all you all out there, there's
I watched gameplay like of the Goat Simulator. And it looks stupid, but apparently people love it.
yeah. I mean, when Goat Simulator first came out, there were so many bugs and so many things wrong with it that literally the developers were just lazy and didn't want to fix because people were just having so much fun with it. They took a look at what people were doing with it and they were like, "Ah, that's fine. Yeah, we meant to do that, sure." And they pretty much played it off like that.
Yeah.
But the physics engine was broken as shit.
It's cool to watch for sure. I have not personally played it, but I've watched a lot of gameplay on it, and I'm excited about it. I'd play it.
I need to get it.
Well, what do you do exactly?
Literally, you be a goat.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
a goat.
don't you like jump and make them like die and stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty much like Sims.
where physics do not apply, and it's just shenanigans. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
So if it's free, maybe I'll try it.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't die, AP. Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. My cough is acting up.
Uh-oh.
For missing your session yesterday. That's nice.
Kevin Smith has confirmed the long-awaited sequel to the 1995 cult classic Mallrats is happening.
Woohoo! Or Jane Silent Bob.
The filming is due to happen in 2016.
Yay.
Pretty sweet.
Yes.
I like this stuff.
So, then again, more with the games, Geometry Wars 3, because they needed a third. Dimensions Evolved coming this month. So expect that soon to be coming out if you really love the Geometry Wars. I never really played it. I do actually want to get like the first one or something, just to say I have it and fool around with it a little bit. But yeah, it does look like a fun game, but it does seem like a game that would run out of stuff to do.
Yeah.
Have any of y'all played that?
I have not.
No.
Well, I know you were talking about Dark Souls 2. It's now coming out on April 2nd in Europe, and I believe this is the remake, if I got this right. Yeah, Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the Fire Sin, the Scholar of the First Sin. It was due to release on April 6th, which in the UK falls on a bank holiday, so it falls back onto April 2nd. So they get it a little early. So good for them.
That is pretty sweet.
Yeah. Holidays can save.
Biggest news of the night, guys. Sharknado 3 gets an official title premiere date.
Oh
Yes.
my god, another one?
I'm gonna watch 1 and 2 tomorrow.
Just have like a marathon.
I bet you
Yeah.
are.
Stream it.
Stream Sharknado. I honestly haven't seen any of them, and
Neither
I
have I.
refuse to. And I mean, are they successful at all?
Apparently so.
Because I hear that they're terrible, but are they so terrible that people are
They're
like,
starting to become like a cult classic again.
gotcha?
How did this even start up?
I know.
I think it was just so bad. People were like, okay, this is so bad that I need to share this with people. Like, see what I'm seeing.
Well, it started off as like a sci-fi movie, and now it keeps going. And sci-fi movies are known for their terrible CGI effects.
Yes.
And and they come up with the most absurd monsters. Like I think there was one shark movie. It was like a regular shark versus a huge, gigantic robot shark that got a mind of its own and started attacking the city. It's like, who comes up with these ideas?
Steven Spielberg. Oh, they do get a little ridiculous. Kind of like I don't know. I was watching this one animated show that was something to do with Aquaman, and this guy was just like, oh, it's just a puny little shark, and apparently it was like some kind of dinosaur shark, and it just like ripped through this guy, and it was just like, wow, that was a little over the top. They do love sharks nowadays in shows.
Yeah.
Right? That's true. Anyway, Sleepy Hollow is picked up for season 3. Do you guys watch that?
Nope.
Which show?
Sleepy Hollow?
No, I've never.
I started
Watched it.
to when it originally first came out, and I don't know, I was excited for the idea, but then like I felt like it was poor execution, and I just stopped watching it after a while. I really tried, but I just boring.
Understandable.
Disney's live-action Beauty and the Beast movie coming in 2017. This is cool.
Yeah. Live action.
It's one of my favorite Disney movies. Don't mess up.
You hope. They might.
No,
I don't know.
I'm almost like afraid to watch it because it's one of my favorites, and I'm not really a fan of the remakes that they've been doing for live action. So
Live action gets tricky because that's where people take their own concepts, like, oh yeah, this is good, and then like the real fans are like,
well, that, and I think that like Disney has an issue with obviously a lot of the stuff is kid oriented. Like,
yeah,
you know, but some of these stories, like the real stories, are really dark and kind of gritty.
bestiality.
I don't know. Maybe. I
And
don't
what
know.
is it, Stockholm syndrome that she got?
Yeah,
That's
but
the
I
true
don't know. I like to see the darker side of these stories. So
Just read Grimm Tales. Or
I guess
the
it's
Grimm
not.
Brothers.
Yeah, but it's not the same. Like I don't know. I want like a movie like that.
I would love if like the Tales of the Grimm Brothers would just go out on DVD and just like, wow.
I would love it. I would watch it.
Oh, I would totally watch that. It'd be very intriguing to my mind.
Yes. More exciting news. Dead Rising movie hits the box. No, I totally screwed up.
I finally seen a preview on YouTube. I'm like, whoa, is this coming to theaters? And like, nope, coming to Xbox One. Like, oh, it looks pretty cool.
Right. They're definitely appealing to the right audience with that movie.
Yeah. Starting to see a lot of TV shows and movies specifically for consoles and not going to theaters. Breathe, AP, breathe.
I'm trying. Well, let me get this cough drop in me.
Yes, you'll get it.
I was chewing on some gum earlier, and that really helped. But I don't have any more. What is this? New Cronker game coming to Project Spark.
We already covered that earlier.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. I was reading it like, huh.
Yeah, it's just the same, just giving a date, April 23rd.
Gabe Newell discusses the possibility of Half-Life 3. So all those people excited about Half-Life 3, this is some news. And actually he says there's not going to be any Half-Life 3 anytime soon. I think that was just a recent article that came out today, so we don't have it on stock. But yeah, that happened.
I pity the fool who misses this. Mr. T doing a DIY show called I Pity the Tool. I can't believe this is a thing.
It's funny.
He must be in some serious need of cash then.
I pity the tool.
When we were discussing this one last night, I was on This Is Why I'm Broke, and I found so much Mr. T things. Like there's a Mr. T teapot. And then, like,
I did see that.
And Mr. T tea bags.
Oh, great.
Nice.
It was pretty funny. I just wanted to link it, but I didn't. Surprisingly. Tim Schafer. Oh, bonus round. So, Tim Schafer is returning to Psychonaut. How do you say that? Psychonauts. That's okay. Yeah, the Psychonauts. I've actually heard of them, but I don't know what it is. Oh, that game. That Hanyu really wanted us to mention. So yeah. There you go, Hanyu. The Psychonauts. And if anyone is ever interested in that, I have not played the game, so I don't know exactly what it is or about. I apologize.
Can I just say, I can imagine Hanyu sitting like at work with his like phone, just like all curled up, like you guys better talk about it.
It's a brief mention, so.
Surprise! We're not getting like text messages.
It still counts.
First, like a Halo 3 ODST on Xbox One.
So what? What?
Halo
Okay.
3.
Yeah. I don't know what I was doing there. Oh, so it's like it's a remake of okay, like a HD retextured kind of shit.
Yeah, kind of stuff they've been doing, you know.
The future of Shinra and cloud gaming. So what was cloud gaming was the network before the PlayStation Network on the PlayStation, and they did stuff with Final Fantasy. Is that correct?
Not sure.
It's in the article.
So I'm not sure.
Yeah, they did stuff with Final Fantasy. That's correct. So they're making a comeback with their own kind of network and other games that are in development.
Okay.
Director explains the name of the Director explains the origin of the name Final Fantasy Type 0. So going along with Final Fantasy news, this is just why they named it Type 0, and assuming that everyone knows why it's called Final Fantasy.
So they incorporated the meaning of starting anew from zero in the title Type 0. It's an expression of determination towards a series of its own, one that is both like and unlike Final Fantasy.
Okay,
Very interesting.
it's cool.
Yeah, I want to play it.
It's doing its job then.
And then there is. I just lost my place actually. Oh, Harmonix is taking your Rock Band 4 songs request. So if you got a request, go send them to Harmonix and they'll consider them for the new Rock Band game coming out soon on
Get some Snoop Dogg in there.
Oh God,
on the
no.
new consoles. A little bit of gin and juice.
Doing?
Exactly. That's it. He gets it. He gets it.
No, we had a whole day just listening to Snoop and Dre on the floor here, but it was really chill. I enjoyed it.
And I'm also joking. I wouldn't wrap it up.
And Chris, you saw Big Hero 6, right?
Nope.
Oh, you saw Chappie, was that right?
No, I still haven't seen it yet.
Damn it! Then I am off my game.
Well, no, Big Hero 6 is now 2014's highest grossing animated movie.
Hey, I still gotta see it. I know.
I
It looks
I
really
still
good.
haven't seen it either.
Yeah,
it definitely appeals more to like people like us.
Disney's Big Hero 6 has earned over $620 million globally, becoming the highest grossing animated movie of 2014. With $221 million of its total coming from the domestic box office. Big Hero 6 is Walt Disney Animation Studios' third biggest domestic release of all time. Additionally, its worldwide total has now surpassed Tangled, making it the studio's third biggest global release behind Frozen and Lion King. Inspired by the Marvel comics of the same name, Big Hero 6 is now the biggest animated release from Disney or Pixar in China, bringing in over $51 million since its release 2 weeks ago, and the second biggest in Japan with over $75 million. It's also the second biggest Disney or Pixar animated release in Korea and Russia, and the biggest animated release of all time in Malaysia, Vietnam, Thailand, and Indonesia. So it made a shit ton of money.
Yeah, I hear it's really, really good. I need to see it. Telltale's first Super Show partner won't be Lionsgate. So again, we've talked about this in previous podcasts, where Telltale Games wants to do a bunch of super shows, which is a combination of a traditional television show and interactive entertainment, interactive game. And they won't be doing it with Lionsgate. I guess there's no details thus far on their actual project, but no Lionsgate.
I'm gonna butcher this. Tabata. Final Fantasy Type 0 was almost canceled. So there's actually quite a lot of mentions for this Final Fantasy subject. But yeah, as with almost every game nowadays, there's always a cancellation or delay. But yeah, I believe it was mostly towards the Western release of the game. Where does it say? I can't find out where it says it. Nope, that's not it. Never mind. I don't know.
So the third birthday and Final Fantasy Type 0 they were both in development at the same time. So for canceling, they actually came really close to canceling when management gave them direct orders to focus on the developing third birthday. So that would mean that the developer would have to step away from Final Fantasy Type 0 for, they estimated, about a year.
Who here is a fan of the Tom Clancy Rainbow games?
I played a couple.
Played them.
Well, you can sign up for Rainbow Six Siege's closed alpha, and pretty much Rainbow Six Siege is pretty much like a cops versus robbers type game. If you're like, I think it's the military, you try to breach a house that has hostages, and you try to rescue the hostages without them dying and taking out the other team, which is the terrorists. So
Okay.
it's another game I'm looking forward to.
Pretty cool.
And you can sign up. I don't know if it's already passed or.
Do we know when the alpha is actually going to take place, or is it just?
The article was posted on March 15th. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege made an impressive debut at E3 last year, but we haven't heard much about the game since. However, Ubisoft has announced that you might be able to play the game yourself soon in an upcoming closed alpha test. Ubisoft didn't say when it plans to launch the closed alpha, but you can register for it now. You'll need a Uplay account to participate and can sign up through rainbow6.ubi.com. The closed alpha will be limited to PC players in North America and Europe only. Ubisoft also shared the minimum system requirements you'll need in order to participate in the alpha. Keep in mind that Ubisoft is still working on optimizing the game and that the launch specs will be lower than what you see here. So apparently it's just for PC gamers right now.
Okay. Good to know.
And then probably later on down the road for console gamers.
Solid. I enjoy it. I like hearing PC gets it first. But speaking of that, smarter approach to PC gaming privacy. But we talked about this one. We pretty much all decided that we don't really care. If people want to look upon it, they can, because it doesn't really matter. But yeah, there's not really much they can do. There's still going to be piracy that's going to happen. But you know, they're trying to stop it. That's all.
Good luck.
That's all it entails in that article. Was like they're just taking approaches to counteract pirates, but nobody gonna stop them.
So I was excited about this next story. Knuckle cracking is probably not dangerous, just annoying. So it's always been said that cracking your knuckles is bad for you. It'll give you arthritis, just various things. So now studies have shown that it's not necessarily bad for you, and it's just annoying to some people. Like, I crack everything, so
Yeah,
I was like, yeah,
I can do my wrist
arthritis.
like infinite amount of times if I,
I can't do it on cue, but basically everything in my body I can basically crack. It's kind of insane.
What's the next one here? Cities skylines scale passes the what am I trying to say? Okay, let's try this one more time. Cities skyline scale sales pass the 500,000 mark. So it's a new simulator game of where you get to create a city skyline. Hint the name. And actually, I've been seeing a lot of people play this, so I kind of want to jump into it, or at least find out a little more about it before I make my purchase. But, well, I really want to see where it goes.
Yeah, it's getting a lot of great reviews.
People have made amazing things with that. Like, they made, one-for-one models on, huge buildings and whatnot.
Yeah, and somebody recreated Grand Theft Auto's Los Santos skyline in the game.
Wow. It's crazy.
Crazy.
Then there is Banjo-Kazooie's spiritual successor headed to Kickstarter. So I actually did not read this one. Did y'all read this one?
I didn't read too much into it, no. But I guess they're making the game. We're trying to get it funded on Kickstarter.
It's supposed to resemble Banjo-Kazooie, and that's what I get from it. It's it's similar, but it's not.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much to say about it.
It's just no announcement, I guess.
Exactly.
Then Rare's N64 team offers new details on Banjo. Yeah, this is more Banjo-Kazooie. Never mind. Steam hits new heights with 9 million concurrent players. Wow, 9 million.
I don't have a Steam account, so I'm out on this one.
I mean, I think it was last summer they had they again reached a new benchmark with new people online at once, but it just keeps going up. More people are getting Steam.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that one was nasty. And then some more news I'm actually favored about. Mortal Kombat X new fighter release info.
Yeah, you got the announced fighters: Aaron Black, Predator, Shinnok. I may have butchered that one. Sonya, Johnny Cage, Jason from Friday the 13th, Jacqueline Briggs, Takashi Takeda, Kung Jin, Goro, Milena, Ermac, Scorpion Sub-Zero, Cassie Cage, Devora, Kotal Khan, Farah and Tor, Raiden, Kano, Reptile, Kenshi, Kung Lao, Quan Chi, Jax, Katana, Cyrax, Smoke, Rain, Striker, Nightwolf, Fujin, Sindel, Baraka, and Cabal. Those are the announced fighters.
Yeah. And then going on with more Mortal Kombat X news, it's saying you will be punished if you rage quit the game. So, I mean, I see this happen a lot in like sports games like FIFA or
Yeah.
Madden, where people are playing and when they start losing, they just quit so they don't get the win. So if you quit during this, you will be punished. So it encourages people to continue playing to the end. Kind of like what CSGO does.
Do you know what happens when you rage quit?
No, I didn't read that part. Where?
Your head explodes and the other player wins.
Oh, okay. I knew it was some type of death, but I thought it was something else. I thought it was like you lose points of sorts to buy XP or something. I don't know. That's the lines I was thinking of.
Token, you are muted, I believe. We cannot hear you.
Yeah, I haven't heard him for a while. I'm like, did he fall asleep? Did he pull a beardy?
Beardy? Is he muted?
Either technical difficulties again, or I don't know.
That's not me. I can't hear him.
I can't hear him.
Okay, so yeah, it's not me.
Oh man.
Send a message on
Maybe
the Twitch if you can hear us. Or hell, if you're all on Skype, you can probably send a message that way. That's probably better. But should we move on?
Yeah, go for it.
He can hear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Check your plugins
Apparently,
too, like your headset or whatever.
So we
Mortal
can't
Kombat
hear.
10 will have a new mode, a custom combat mode.
Spelled with K's, of course.
Yeah, with K's. Not only was Test Your Luck confirmed and demonstrated in NetherRealm's Mortal Kombat 10 stream today, but an entirely new game mode called Custom Combat was revealed. Custom Combat is similar to Test Your Luck, only instead of randomized modifiers, players get to select 2 of their own modifiers from a long list. You also get to choose which modifiers affect you and which ones affect just your opponent or both. That's 4 total modifiers active in each match. Some of these modifiers include Ice Rockets, Killer Jump, Dash Disable. I'm hearing an echo.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Bleeding, Buff Up, X-Ray, Insta-Kill, Ground Mines, and more. Players can unlock modifiers by playing Living Tower matches or exploring the Crypt. I just got a text. Test your luck was also shown off. I'm pulling an AP here and fucking up my words. Was also shown off during the stream with modifiers like electric fists, magnetic floor, double damage, infinite timer, and portal combat demonstrated.
Yeah, they got a lot going on with that new game mode that they just announced. And then the last thing was new hints about 5 more rumored fighters that we actually don't get to see or anything. They were just like, yeah, here's some more hints.
What were the hints?
The hints were actually like in the title screen. It looked like, fuck, I don't know. Wait, yeah. So there were like modifiers. It was related to the modifiers you said. So like poison rockets and those other type of like attack sets that were like that have been used in other people. That were like hinting to players. So it was those.
You just chimed in the chat.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, we're in bonus round right now. Almost done. We're on page 13 of 15. If that helps you all. So what's the next one? Sony files 3rd trademark for The Last Guardian. Oh, I'm getting a webcam. And it looks like everyone's frozen. Except for... Oh, wait, no. There's everybody. We got everybody back. Yay.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, sweet.
So let me...
Well, he's frozen for me, but I guess if you can see him.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Nice. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can hear you now.
So now that you guys can see me, I'm sorry to stop the flow, but this is what I was going to show you.
I have that. Yeah.
Awesome. Best game ever.
Can
And
we
people
explain to
rage
Ashley,
quit.
who cannot see you anymore, what it is you're holding up?
Oh, so I'm holding up the Xbox 360 version of Mortal Kombat Complete Edition. It's the last Mortal Kombat that came out. And when you rage, so people rage quit because they don't want you to do the fatality on them. Yeah. And I experience that all the time. It's like, oh, I'm about to do the fatality, I'm excited, and they quit before you can see it. It's very annoying.
Yeah, I hear that. Which
That's
I'm actually
cool.
glad they're implementing this new technique in there. And sorry about going for so long without noticing your mic wasn't working. That's more of my
I thought
bad.
he was just hanging out, chilling. Like, I don't know, maybe you got tired of talking, whatever. So I was like, okay. And then I saw him trying to talk. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, because I was like, wow. I'm like, I was trying to talk, and everybody was talking. I'm like, I don't want to talk over anyone.
Everyone's ignoring
Couldn't
me.
hear each other. Now we're back.
Everyone say hi to Hanyu.
Honey's in chat.
Hanyo!
Then here's a little for the next topic. For the next topic is NVIDIA GeForce Titan X benchmarks and impressions. So if y'all don't know what the Titan X is, it is a new graphics card that NVIDIA GeForce is coming out with so much higher standards, and it basically runs in 100% 4K graphics. So it's a beauty in the PC realm. I would love to get my hands on one day.
12 gigs of RAM.
Was this the same one that we covered a few podcasts back?
Can't remember. Maybe.
It sounds familiar, the Titan, and we were talking about it.
I don't know. They just really amplified everything. I mean, you got your base clock in is 1,000 megahertz, so that's really good compared to how well like mine right now is doing, which I believe it is. Whew, where is it? It's probably like at 800 megahertz. So I mean, and that's probably like almost maxed as at that 800, but.
Alright, so Hanyu says, yeah, it's 1,000, not bad for 4K. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Yes.
No.
Then, who wants to hit up the Tesla section? Because that's a lot, and I didn't read
Ooh,
it.
yes, neither did I.
Hanyu, we need you. No,
Share your words via text.
well, Tesla CEO says he isn't afraid of a self-driving car. So I believe that means they're announcing maybe in the future Tesla to adapt to self-driving cars. I hope that's right. Yeah.
I don't think that's something that'll hit America anytime soon. They're gonna have to try it in another country first.
Try in China or something like that. If they can, no, seriously, if they can do it over there with that kind of traffic they have, then
You can do it anywhere.
Yeah,
literally.
Exactly.
Hell, I mean, I visited Europe, and driving over there is crazy. I'm glad I never got a car. I took taxis and a bus, and I was still scared.
I guess they're implementing new updates. So for people who own Teslas, some of which will eventually include the autonomous driving features. They're not saying specifics, but I guess there's just, I don't know, like the self-parking sort of thing, for example, I'm assuming.
Hanyu was saying they're already testing it here, so yeah. What's this? I've never even heard of this brand, Aero Mobile. Have you?
Hopes to get. No, I have not.
Aero Mobile hopes to get flying cars off the ground, but by 2017. So wow, that's really
2017.
You see it? It looks nice. That's a very pretty vehicle.
It is pretty.
I don't really know how they would do this because air traffic. Like, what are flying cars? Like, are we like hovering, or are we like actually?
I think they have to stay really low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would assume so.
But yeah, the way this looks, it looks like one of the like a little plane, like a private jet, kind of little.
You have to have like really big traffic lanes. Oh my god.
It sucks.
I wonder what's takeoff speed for that thing.
I don't know.
Because
Maybe
the
it just
wingspan
lifts up and rather than running and then taking off.
Well, it doesn't look like there's any thrusters or boosters on the bottom, so it might have to gain some kind of speed before it can.
Yeah, you must reach 85 miles per hour.
You can't exit like parking garages or anything. You have to
park on the top floor. No. What's the next one? Tesla no longer. Oh, it's no longer banned in New Jersey. I didn't even know it was banned. So, I mean, if you want a Tesla now, go to. I mean, you can get one in New Jersey, I guess.
Jersey.
It's actually really interesting. Yeah, signed a law that reserves a ban on direct sales of Tesla cars in that state. So good for them. Now going to green cars. Teslas really are cool and beautiful cars. I want to get one.
One day.
Yeah. I just have all these things I want.
But not enough money to get it.
No, there's never enough. And then there is Tesla Model S range. Assurance stops you from losing a charge. I don't understand.
So it's an electric car, so they want to assure that you don't lose your charge, energy, fuel.
No.
Because that's one of like the biggest issues, I guess, for electric cars.
I mean, usually charging stations are free and pretty much everywhere around cities, depending on which city you're in. If it's
Either I have never seen one or I've never noticed one. I think, okay, no, I lie. I've seen like a couple, but it's not often.
they have quite a few. Definitely a handful in some cities in Texas, and they actually have a few in Kentucky. I would assume they have.
What do charge stations look like?
Like more.
I've never seen one.
It's basically like a more narrow. Okay, so think of those poles, those concrete poles that are in front of like stores. Except they are metal and they have like a plug hanging off like a gas station nozzle. But that hooks up into your car whenever you're parked. So you see them a lot in parking garages or other areas that accommodate parking.
Now, how long does it take for a car to be like? Let's say you're at half a tank of electricity. How long does it usually take?
No clue, but I mean, if you're going to go see a movie or something and you're out in the city or go watch a basketball game, you would park your car in one of these places and throw in the plug, and when you get back, it should be well charged.
Yeah, so they're not as frequent as the common gas stations. So this model it has like a GPS that basically tells you how far away you are from one. It'll alert you if you're too far or out of range from one. So it kind of gives you a little bit, makes it easier planning your trip, which is nice.
And then, I don't know how to say this. Elon Musk says Tesla auto drive feature coming in 6 months.
What?
So, I mean, I know the technology has already been getting their testing a lot. I've seen a lot of prototype cars on the interwebs of people just like, oh, this is crazy, self-driving cars, and I think it's crazy.
It is, definitely. And 6 months, that's really, really soon.
Yeah, and
I
mean, Tesla's got a lot of articles on this self-driving stuff. Tesla Auto Steer will let drivers go from SF to Seattle. Oh, San Francisco to Seattle, hands-free. That's a pretty long trip, in my opinion, going from San Francisco to Seattle.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Without touching the wheel.
And another cool feature, which I think is really sick and I would like to have, is you can summon your vehicle while on your private property. That is cool.
Yeah. And Hanyu says a quick charge from E to F in about 4 to 6 hours if you are quick charge station, I believe. I don't know what the difference between. I mean, of course, the quick charge is faster charge, but I don't know where you would find one in the city. They would, of course, probably be labeled or something. I know they have like designated parking spots, like handicap spots now in some places for like electric cars.
I have seen that, yeah, like parking garages. It'll be similar to the handicap, where they're just kind of next to their charging station.
Wow. Twitter's latest edition makes it easier to report threats on its service to the police. So, I don't even know what this entails. I guess like harassment via Twitter.
Yeah.
Threats, yeah.
Yeah. Which is good, because I actually had an incident where at my work where we have police on site because I work at a baseball field. So this one guy was tweeting, and he was dumb enough to use our hashtag and tweet at us that he was going to jump on the field and storm it or whatever. And we found him off of his profile, and we kicked him out. That was fun. So,
wow.
Twitter already makes it moderately easy, but then that's also like the user being stupid and having all their information on there and whatnot.
Definitely. I mean, it can go either way. It can be a good thing, a bad thing. I feel like there's going to be, if people do use it, there's a lot of attention that's going to flood to it, and I don't really know if they can man it properly, weeding out, people who aren't reporting real threats or real harassment, whatever it is, versus like actual emergencies.
Yeah, because there could be a lot of false alarms as well, or people where they think they're spammers, or I don't know. That's going to be tricky.
Yeah, I feel like you would have to dedicate just a full on another thing to like go through it and respond to it, and it's a lot.
Moving on, our cities could become a high-density solar power plants. So, again, this is going off the idea of just placing a whole bunch of solar panels on buildings to harness the sun's rays and convert it into usable energy for your housing. Like you see the solar plants out in the desert that are actually... We had our climb up it. They kill like thousands of birds each year.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. That's cool. I like the whole green energy and shit.
I'm down.
Blizzard Legacy of the Void is the end of the StarCraft story. So StarCraft has actually been going on for quite a while now, and this is the last story. They're committing to it. I don't even know how many stories were there. It does not say. But it looks like they were going off with a bang, making a large development in the storyline and trying to, again, go out with a bang. I've never played this series, so I don't know too much about it. And do y'all know anything about StarCraft?
I've never played it.
I've never played it.
I've watched people play, but I've never played it.
It gets intense if you watched them. I mean, they go ham. It's like World of Warcraft. If you watch them go on a raid. Ooh.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Here's one more down to earth that we might know. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare DLC release date announced. So COD is getting another DLC. Go figure.
So I have a fun fact for you all.
And then in 3 months we'll get another one.
Comes out on my birthday. I'll be home for that. Yes.
No, you'll be doing.
Hanyu says it's not the end of StarCraft, it's the end of its story. Oh, I misread that then. I apologize.
He's keeping us in check.
Yeah, he is. He's using that backhand well.
Yeah.
Keeping us in line.
Man.
Oh, and this is one of my favorites. The Attack on Titan movie is in action. So they've started development, and they're... It's actually looking really good. If you all watch the trailer and all that... there are a few problems that us fan guys have with it, according to like characters and how it actually develops. But I'm not going to rant about that. I know Hanyu doesn't want me to, but I could. So China finally admits it has an army of hackers for cyber war. Which
why would China admit that?
Yeah,
we already know it. Let's be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true. We know it, but they finally
it's implied.
confirmed it.
Hanyu says hashtag tired token.
We all want to do.
Oh, I didn't cover it well enough. I was like, oh.
But yeah, I mean, China, of course, they're going ham with the cybernetics and hacking and whatever them kids do.
You kids these days.
Konami's response to queries over, I don't even know, Hindu Kamoja.
Konami responds to queries over Hideo Kojima leaving rumors.
And he... Somebody take over.
Hold on. Okay, so I believe we covered this again in podcast, but so it's been said that he's being removed from Metal Gear Solid 5 artwork. Following a host of rumors and speculation implying that Metal Gear creator Hideo Kojima has left the company, Konami has provided a statement which sheds some light on what's going on. So he says, as we have already announced, we are shifting our production structure to a headquarters controlled system in order to establish a steadfast operating base capable of responding to the rapid market changes that surround our digital entertainment business. Konami Digital Entertainment will continue to develop and support Metal Gear products, and we can look forward to future announcements.
A very political response.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not dying on you. I'm just sick still, I guess.
Get well soon.
It's been like 3 weeks, man. I hate it. It's just a cough. What's this one? No Marcus Phoenix Collection says Gears of War dev. That does not make sense to me.
Oh, it's kind of like the Master Chief Collection, right? You just
Oh. I have no idea. I'm sorry.
yeah, because it looks like they're saying they don't see a collection for Marcus like the Master Chief had in the future.
Okay. Because, yeah, I mean, it was talking about the whole collection, but, I mean... Yeah, I have no idea. I'm just gonna shut up. Hanyu says there are new Gears of War games that are in the works, which I did actually hear about that one. I don't know what it's going to be about. The FAA will let Amazon drones fly after all, but only for testing. So, in recent podcasts... in recent podcasts,
that's not going to happen.
We've been talking a lot about the FAA rules and regulations on drone flying. And I guess they're going to allow Amazon to do it. But I think... Yeah, I don't know.
It looks like they want to keep it controlled. So, like, if they have a little test facility or somewhere in their area where they're not in traffic and interacting with bystanders, it's easy. But I wouldn't play with one.
I don't think those drones can get that high up to interfere with.
Yeah. Then the last article, Elite Dangerous honors Sir Terry Partchet with unique starport. I don't know if I read that right or what, but I apologize for my reading. It's not the strongest. I took Hook on Phonics 1 year, so
you're doing great.
But yeah, these starports, they're just crazy. Especially in Elite Dangerous. The game's pretty amazing. I've seen a lot of stuff about it, and I need to get it. I want to, but I have no idea who Sir Terry Partchet is.
I don't either.
Author. He was a creator of Discworld series. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they called it the Partchet's Disc. So, I mean, that's pretty cool that they dedicated it after him. I mean, since he was a big member of Elite Dangerous.
Definitely.
That about wraps it up for all of our articles. Yeah. So I guess, Token, why don't you give us your little wrap up plug in? So again, tell us a little about yourself, what you do, and all that.
Oh, okay, great. As I said before, I am new to the whole YouTube entertainment industry. I specialize in the first-person shooters with some fighting game action in there. And if you guys are interested, you can find me at Token Gaming Limited on Facebook or Token Gaming, all one word, on YouTube.
Yes.
And also, Chris, Ashley, AP, and
Hanyu.
thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate it. It's awesome. And sorry for the tired face. It's like no excuse. It's
don't worry.
8 p.m. Mountain Time. Yeah. But it's a great show. I'm glad you guys invited me. I really do appreciate it.
No problem.
It did run a little long today, but thank you for joining on. All of his links are down below in the description under guests. So definitely go down there, check him out. Shit, I already lost my train of thought.
Go check him out, subscribe, like his videos. They're great videos. You're a great editor, by the way. I was looking at your videos and I was like, that takes a lot of time. Like, I applaud you. So, go check them out, guys.
And those are rookie videos. Like, the more you do, the better you get. And software is, like, tricky, but it's a good process. It's fun.
Definitely.
Well, you all know Chris. He's always playing around with the Hanyu. So,
yep.
What have you all been doing lately, Chris? You and Han.
Well, we haven't really recorded anything lately, just because work has been getting in the way. But being as Zach just got his PS4, you'll be seeing a lot more PlayStation 4 related games on his channel. But we'll probably do some recording of heists, hopefully soon. But other than that,
my cat just fell off the bed. It's great.
Your what? Your cat?
Yeah.
I heard
she got up to stretch and just like.
Alright. Ashley, you want to go?
Yeah. So if you guys haven't already, check out. You can find me at Ashley Archaic on YouTube, and I have a gaming channel as well. I do a little bit of everything. First-person shooters. I was doing a lot of Dying Light. Dabble in some Minecraft. You know, whatever I feel like playing, basically. I've done a couple heists. There's another video coming early next week, so be sure to check that out.
Nice.
And then I am a person, and I have a YouTube channel that's actually I am a person 486. My Twitch is just a person 486, and so is my Twitter and other handles. So if you want to check me out on those medias, I post mostly any game on Twitch, really. Recently I've been playing a lot of CSGO and trying to get some Skyrim back up on my Twitch. And then on my channel I do a lot of classic games and Minecraft builds. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing what I build, go over there, check it out, and I'll be happy if you give me a little suggestion of what you like. Yeah. Then Hanyu, he was unable to make it, so he's at work making more money, and he does gaming videos with
again.
And what else does he do? He does a lot of GTA and kind of first looks at other games. What he said he's getting Bloodborne on his channel? Is that
lots
right?
of
Yeah, he's getting Bloodborne.
He's gonna do a Let's Play.
Yeah. He does Let's Play a lot. So definitely go at him. We're all gamers here, so if you like one, you might like all. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So thank you all for tuning in on this fine evening, and we will see you later.
See you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. So everyone done?